What it do, y'all? What it do? What it do? Good morning. How are we doing today? Happy Saturday. Good afternoon. We in the building. Hit what's going on? My auntie's watching on Facebook. We got a big show today. It's my birthday weekend. My birthday was yesterday. I've been celebrating all week. Been getting a present every day this week, man. We got a lot to talk about today. It's gonna be a great show. I hope y'all are ready. My boy Gabriel Garcia from Gridiron Nation podcast will be joining us today. I'll be having my first guest finally on the show. Come talk some football with me, man. So let's get it popping today, man. We're basically this is prepping me for when Scooby comes and joins the show on the 24th. So you guys get ready for that. Scooby Mageza will be joining us on the 24th of June. The XFL Today host from ESPN will be on the show as well. So it's going down, man. We got a lot coming, and it's gonna be lit, man. It's gonna be super lit. I'm excited. But welcome in. How we doing today, Miss Print? What's going on? How y'all do? How y'all feeling today, man? Make sure you like the stream on YouTube. Throw the likes on show on Facebook and YouTube, and we're just seeing where what happens. Oh, don't worry about it, man. We just wifey and I were just having some fun last night, man. Make sure you guys go Spotify, follow me on Spotify. Make sure you guys go and follow me on Twitter, follow me on Facebook, follow the Gridiron Podcast Show as well on uh, Spotify, or actually follow the Gridiron Podcast Show on Spotify. Follow my account on Spotify, like my actual Spotify profile, and go subscribe to the Gridiron Podcast Show, the whole nine. Y'all, you already know. We out here, man. Miss Print, you already know. Thank you for the birthday wishes, man. I appreciate the love. Definitely. And like I said, we got a good show today. Um, got some news about Dalvin Cook. Got some news about D Hop. We got some more XFL news. We got some more USFL news. Not able to get the video done this week. I've been running around all week. It's like I said, it's my birthday. I've been celebrating it all week. So I didn't get a chance to get my weekly USFL fresh start week 8 recap video done. So me and Gabe are going to talk about that today as well. And we're going to preview week 9, which currently on Fox, we have the Pittsburgh Maulers hosting the Michigan Panthers. It's at halftime, 13-0 lead for the Pittsburgh Maulers at home, taking on the Panthers. You guys go check it out live on Fox right now. Also, we got a lot to talk about with my Cowboys. I mean, it's just going to be a big show. So, without further ado, I'm excited, man. Y'all ready, man? Is y'all ready? Show some love for my boy, grid owner, CEO, chairman, operator of it all, Gabe G. Let's get it. Man, brother. Welcome in. Hold
What
on.
is up, brother? Man,
What's
that's a
going
hell of an intro right
on?
there. What's up, man? Hey,
Yes, sir.
first of all, man, happy birthday. I had to drop out of the feed last night. Man, my
Thank you.
queen showed up. So, but it was cool, man. See you and your girl having fun last
Hey, no
night,
problem.
man. And I feel like being that I'm the inaugural guest on the podcast. It's like
Definitely, man. We're gonna start doing.
when your brand blows up, bro. It's like it's gonna be historic, and I'm gonna be like, man, I was there. I was the first one. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So I appreciate you having me, though, bro. Straight up, man. I
guest
appreciate
host,
you.
man. Like the first. This is big for me, man.
And just what's
Shit, I
up
appreciate
to hitting
you
everybody out
jumping on
there?
the show today is huge. Yes, sir.
It is, man.
Yes,
It is. This is
sir. Go
big for
ahead,
me too,
man. Y'all
man. This
already
is
know.
big for me.
Introduce
So
yourself to the people. Introduce yourself
yeah,
to
man.
the
Hit
people,
hit
man.
hit.
Take this time right now to introduce
I,
yourself to the people. Let them know who you are. Let them know how Gridiron Nation got started. The whole nine, man. Go ahead, talk to them. He said,
okay.
"Time to troll."
That's what I'm looking at. Time to troll. I'm like, all right. But for Gridiron Nation, I started it a little over a year ago. I got my studio here and been working on music for years. And I said, love talking football. It's time to do something different. So went into the whole podcast world and I've been rolling since, man. Been rolling since, trying to make it grow. You know what I mean?
Word up. So what got you into podcasting itself with the transition from music going into podcasting?
I think like me and you had this conversation before. I tell you, I've been like for years. I've been listening to sports talk radio, man. I mean, years. I've been
Mm-hmm.
doing it for about 20 years. I've been listening to sports talk radio, if not more. And I love talking football, sports, period, with people. It's just a lot of times, some people just can't keep up. You know how that goes. So I say, you know
Right.
what, man, it's what. And once the podcast thing came out, it kind of just it went hand in hand, and it's almost like natural for me. My dad, may he rest in peace, he was a radio DJ for, I mean, so many years, ever since I was a kid, since before I was born. So, listening to him doing all this stuff, growing up around that environment, the studios and stuff like that, it was a natural fit, man. It's a natural fit, and I'm comfortable here. You know what I mean? That the podcasting world seems like a good fit for me, man. So I'm digging it though. I am.
Word up. Isaiah, welcome in, watching on Facebook. What's going on, bro? It's time to talk some football, my dude. See, now you get a little back history of my man Gabe, how Gridiron Nation got started. Y'all go follow Gridiron Nation on Spotify,
And
and we'll
that,
drop the link
don't need to
in the
even say it.
chats.
You don't even need to say it. Gridiron Nation is
Cowboy
hosted
Nation,
by a
baby.
Cowboys fan, baby. So, and of course, I'm waiting for my big one today, man. I got the Breakers,
Look,
that
my
playoff
boy.
implications today, baby.
Hey, I got to get me some New Jersey General shit. I ain't gonna lie, I got to get me some New
Yeah,
Jersey Generals gear
yeah.
because I'm from New Jersey, so I'm a rep my Jersey Generals proud. Even though we're at season, just like my Vegas Vipers of the XFL, but y'all see, I'm repping it proudly, baby. XFL all day. You know what I'm saying? Vegas Vipers, Fang Gang.
That's all good, man. Hey, you know what though? Jersey's got some talent, though, man. Jersey's got talent.
They
They're,
do.
they're
And
be fighting
DeAndre's
this year.
back.
Yeah, yeah.
DeAndre's back today. So
It is,
we'll
man.
see.
That you get some of them key players back. That's what was big for the Breakers,
Yeah.
man. When they got Johnny Dixon back a couple of weeks ago, that was huge. Dude,
Solaris, what's
what's up?
going on? Yeah, bro, definitely. My boy Isaiah, he's watching on Facebook. He's a Philadelphia Eagles fan. So we go back and
Okay,
forth so
okay,
much
yeah.
on his posts. We go back and forth so much on his Facebook post about the Cowboys and the Eagles. It's just funny.
Yeah,
Bro, let's go. Had to
you know,
drop you off a subscription on YouTube. Compliments from our common friend, Miss Print. Hey, the Solaris X in the building on YouTube, man. I appreciate the love. Thank you, man. Thank you. My boy Hit is in the chat trolling. So y'all already know. Don't mind Hit. Like the stream. Drop a like on Facebook. Drop a like on YouTube. We getting it popping today, man. But I want to thank everybody
yeah,
who is here and joining us today because we
yeah,
got a lot to
man.
talk about. Like I said,
Thank you guys, man.
Dalvin Cook news, uh, D Hop news, DeAndre Hopkins. We got some XFL news. We got some USFL news, and just a lot to talk about. Football,
Then
football,
I tell you,
football.
bro, that's the beauty of spring football, man. Is that now it's like it's almost year round because by the time USFL is done, training camp's going to
College
be,
starts.
yeah, college is going to start, and NFL training camp is going to be in
Yep.
full swing.
What am I
So
doing?
I love
Hold on, y'all. What time is it?
it. You already know.
Roll up if you got to. Light up if you don't. It's 4:20 somewhere, and it's time to smoke.
All day.
Let's talk some football. And
Let's
let's
do
get
it.
high, y'all. Let's go. Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm. So let's get into this USFL Week 7, bro. Let me hold on. Let me pull up this Week 7 news, man. Or Week 8, excuse me, Week 8.
Yeah,
Sorry,
week 8.
pardon me, guys. What's going on, kid?
We're in week
Welcome in,
9 this
Kid
week.
Foster, watching on Facebook. My Facebook channel is Jersey the King. Literally, Jersey space the space King. The way it's spelled, Jersey with a Z, the with an A. Solaris. But yeah, Week 8, boy, oh boy. Now, if you've seen my USFL Fresh Start week 7 recap. Hey, I appreciate you, bro. Thank you, Solaris. But if you guys seen my recap video or my recap video of week 7, I told you guys that was the best week of USFL football we got. Do you agree? Now, they followed it up in week 8. Gabe in my line, they
Oh man,
followed it
week
up
eight,
in week
week
8.
eight was insane, man. It's like
Every game.
every week for this
Every game.
league this year, this season, every week has just gotten better. It's gotten better. The games
Yep.
have gotten better. I mean, I'm just looking at the games. I mean, what I was seeing a graphic the other day. It says something about like the last 3 weeks, every game has been decided by like one score or something like that, man.
Yep.
You know, it's been
last
crazy.
week each game, to be honest with you, last week each game was decided by 3 points or less. Real talk.
Now,
How
I'm wondering
crazy.
this
No, I'm
last
sorry.
couple
That
of
was
weeks are
week
gonna be
7.
big.
That was week 7. I'm sorry. That was week 7. Week 7, every game was decided by 3 points or less. Week 8, every game was decided by 9 points or less.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at that Memphis and Generals game, 9 points, the way the league is set up with the whole 3-point option, that's
Yep.
almost like a one score game.
It's still a
It
one
is.
score game.
It is still a
Exactly.
one score game.
It's still a one score game. Gabe, if you want to pull up that if you want to pull up the USFL standings
Okay.
on that XFL tab, we can always go back. But
Yeah.
honestly, guys, like
That's the money.
week 7, week 8, it's been really good football. Close games. I mean, when I say close games, I'm talking defense up. And you guys who aren't really fans of spring football like that, you should start watching spring football because you're going to start hearing a lot of names from spring football in the NFL soon. I'm telling you. The XFL got over 60 players invited to mini camps.
Yeah.
Almost half of those players are signed. Just saying. So, you know, that's what we're looking at. To be honest, that's what we're looking at. Spring football is transitioning into basically a scouters league, an NFL scouters league. Would you agree, Gabe?
Yeah, it pretty much is, man. I mean, it's almost like it's a new talent pool
Yeah.
for the league. You know, for the NFL to pull from. You know, you need some veterans. You need some guys that can. You know, a lot of these guys that don't peak in college, which is why they don't get drafted to the NFL, but they peak when they come to this level.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And a lot of people don't realize that, man.
And they get to be shown what they're lacking. What's going on, Perp?
Man, so we're looking at the standings here, man. Like, hang on, let me say this right quick.
Hey, exactly, Perp. They're giving players opportunity, and that's what it's all about. You know what I mean? They're giving players opportunity to. That's why the XFL is called the League of Opportunities now, because they're legitimately giving team players opportunities to make it to the XFL, or excuse me, make it to the NFL, or make it back to the NFL. So it's giving players real opportunities to have that second chance, or that real chance to show that they have what it takes to be in the league. You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, it just makes sense. Oh, you're gonna have to go to the USFL.com, bro.
Yeah.
On the internet. That's what sucks. But that's what one thing I love about spring football, and I'm telling you guys, you need to start paying attention to the spring football. So look at the standings right now, because it's a tight race in the last 2 weeks. Week 9 and week 10, yeah.
Man, I'm telling you that Breakers Showboats game today is huge. It's huge.
It is. It is.
You know, because you're talking about a tiebreaker there for second. And I believe next week, I haven't looked ahead yet, but I think next week the Breakers take on the Stallions again. So that whole South division is just loaded, man. It's crazy. It's crazy. And they dominated the North again last week. That's twice this season that's happened.
Yep. Not to cut you off real quick, Gabe.
No, you're good.
Perk Boy 724 in the YouTube chat said that honestly, and this is true. He said honestly, some players don't even want to be in the NFL. They just love the game.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
love the game. Yeah, the Breakers started off real hot, 4-0 start. Then they lost 3 straight.
Yeah, man.
But now they're,
Yeah.
they're getting their feet back. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Because they did pull out a victory last week over the Michigan Panthers by 4. But Michigan
They
has
got
a
to
good
kill them
team.
turnovers, man. My squad's
Yeah.
killing me with them turnovers, man. Breakers.
MBT got to stop with the turnovers, man.
Yeah. Yeah, well, and not only that, man, but Wes Hill's 2 weeks in a row that he's put the ball
2 weeks in a row, he's fumbled now.
Very unlike him. But I think, like I told you
And he
earlier,
can't
man,
do
I think having Johnny Dixon back was huge. That was big for him. Offensive player of the week last week.
Yeah, because Johnny Dixon went off last week, man.
Yeah,
he
yeah.
went off last week, bro.
Yeah.
That I'm looking at him as one of those USFL wide receivers. Okay, Perp's a breaker. Okay, we got another Breakers fan in the building. That's what I'm talking about.
See, right there, baby. That's what I'm talking about.
Round of applause for that. Let's go. Okay. I'm gonna get my general shit. Don't worry. I'm gonna get my New Jersey Generals. Oh, Michigan has scored. It is 13-7 currently live on Fox.
We got a game, man.
Second half.
Man, I tell you, I really like that Mahler's defense, man. I like that Mahler's defense.
Bro, Pittsburgh
they remind me of what the
really
Breakers defense last year. Yeah.
They have a really good defense. And a lot of these teams are showing that they have defense this year. So let's get into these standings, man. So in the North Division, we got Philly. They're what, 4-4? They took a loss last week.
Yeah. Yeah. That was a hell of a game, though, man, with the Stallions.
Oh, you're a DC fan? You're a DC XFL fan? Okay. How was that? That was a heartbreaking loss.
Yeah, hey, man. Sorry about my Renegades had to do that to you. No, I'm not sorry, but I loved it. I loved it, baby. I've been telling people, bro. I've been telling people about football, any kind of sport. All you gotta do is get in the postseason. You never know what happens, man. You know, DC looked like they came into that thing like talk about overconfident. I mean, like what did you talked about it last week, man? Bro. When you said they didn't adjust, they wouldn't adjust.
He said, "Let's not talk about that."
Yeah, you don't want to talk about that right now, man.
It was Greg Williams' fault. Yeah. That's all I'm gonna say. When you sit here and blitz and run cover O defense all day long, they're gonna catch on to that.
They are, man.
Sorry. I know you weren't.
You all right, bro?
He said I was so hot. He said I was so hot.
I think he wasn't the only DC fan there was, though. Let me tell you that right now.
Bro, our Facebook's groups that we're in went bananas.
Yeah.
I mean, they went nuts. They went nuts, bro. No, you had me die. He said I was so hot. And I started laughing when I seen the comment, bro, in the middle of hitting the weed. But, bro, listen. So many people in these different Facebook groups that me and Gabe are actually in, they were pissed. Well, then you still had St. Louis Battle Duck fans. Yeah, I call them the Battle Ducks. You had the Battle Duck fans sitting here happy, but still complaining.
Yeah,
y'all season been over.
The team that took your spot actually won everything. So, I mean, what were they going to say?
Period.
At that point, you know,
Seattle took care of business, and got the job done.
They did, man,
and made the playoffs. You can't be mad.
Well, they had that game that was late in the season. They had that game late in the season when Seattle, I mean, just rolled them. That game wasn't even close.
Yep.
Through the whole thing, man,
and that's what killed it. Yeah. That game right there is what hurt the Battle Duck season.
You know, and going back to the championship, you were talking about like a lot of these social media groups we're in. I mean, all I was seeing all week, even from people that weren't DC fans, like everybody was already kind of counting out Arlington. They're like, oh, yeah, they had a good run, but, DC is going to take this one. I'm like, we'll see, man. We'll just
Exactly, Perp.
let's sit back and watch.
Just put it this way: they were the better team.
Yeah, I mean,
Arlington was the better team.
Luis Perez really came into his own, man. As
Luis
Scott said.
Perez was a better situation. Let me put it this way: Luis Perez was put in a better situation by going to or getting traded from Vegas to Arlington because Stoops was the coach he needed. Crybaby Woodson, I'm sorry, I'm a Vegas Viper till the day I die, but Crybaby Woodson, he's not the coach for us. I'm sorry. He's not.
Yeah,
but back to this USFL news. We'll get back into XFL later.
Let's get back to USFL. you were in the standings, and then we kind of went to XFL. So
because Perp, he was so he's as soon as he said he a DC Defenders fan, I had to comment on that. But yeah, back to these standings because like I said, this is a battle for the playoffs, especially in the North Division with so many losing records right now. Every team except Philly has a losing record in the North Division. So we're looking at another XFL playoff situation, possibly.
Most likely.
If Michigan doesn't get these last two victories and end the season 5-5, New Jersey still has an opportunity to get second place in the East or second place in the North and knock Michigan out, but Pitt might have a chance as well if they win this game. Like the situation, the scenarios is crazy right now, bro.
Yeah,
break this down for me. Help me understand this game.
I know the Stars can they can clinch today with a win, and I think is it a Michigan loss? I think Michigan loses this game and Philly wins. Philly's the only team that can clinch right now. I think I was looking at a graphic this morning. I wish I would have saved it, so I could have. I should have saved it, but I know the Stars for sure can clinch today. They're the only team that is likely to clinch. I don't know about the Stallions though. I don't know because of the fact that the Breakers and Showboats are playing each other. I would think the Stallions got to be close to clinching, man. But with
that's what I would think. They only got 2 losses.
Yeah, because I mean, even if they drop these last two losses, they're still sitting at 2 games over 500. Even if they drop these last 2. So they're 6-2, correct? I would think with a win today that they should be able to clinch. At least the numbers look like that based on the records. So they could be both the division leaders could clinch today, I think.
Okay, so division leaders are looking to clinch today. Everyone else is playing catch up to them,
pretty much,
and are battling for that second spot. So it's looking crazy. Jesse Padilla comes in. How you doing today? First time chatter.
That's my boy JP right there, man. He's one of my day ones for Gridiron Nation podcast, bro.
Is it just me that wants Philly to lose in every single sport?
You already know it ain't you, bro. You already know that. He knows me too. Hey, Jersey. He's a Giants fan, man. So we kind of we got that mutual disdain for anything Philadelphia. I mean, it's not fair. It's not fair to the Stars that I hate them because they're associated with Philly. But like I say on my show, they can blame the Eagles for that. Don't get mad at me.
Right. Don't be mad at me. Blame the Eagles. What's going on, Jesse? Welcome into the show. Perp Boy said, "Go Philly." Oh my, y'all are killing me.
Nah.
Oh my. But like I said, if you will scroll up to them South standings. See, now look, the South is so close. The second spot in the South is so close, bro.
Yeah.
Now, I'm a full screen you guys the standings real quick so you guys can really see the full screen of it. You really can see this. This race is so crazy right now. Now, when I say second place is
it's literally up for grabs these last 2 weeks, man.
Like, bro, they're grabbing at it.
I mean, you've got the Breakers and the Showboats today. And then next week, it's actually the Breakers and the Gamblers, and the Showboats will be taking on Birmingham. So these last
Houston
2 weeks,
take on Birmingham today.
Yeah, these last 2 weeks, man, are going to be major. And actually,
with Houston being 5-3, look, Houston being 5-3,
right in there, and Houston's still right in it. I mean, if they can pull it off against the Stallions,
Birmingham,
that's big.
Or excuse me, Houston, Memphis, and New Orleans are all 5-3 in the South.
Yeah.
Yeah, the North is a trash division right now. I'm gonna keep it 100. Like, they're good teams, but they're not playing like it.
No,
They're showing
no.
spurts each game. They're showing spurts and shines of I guess you can call it the talent they have, but I just don't see how them being the teams that they are, the records that they have is just
Hmm.
holy moly. I don't know, man.
I'm as I'm looking at this though, man. Being that the division plays each other
Appreciate it,
these
Jesse.
last 2 weeks, the gamblers could very well find themselves in that second spot by the time the playoffs come around. All they got to do, they win out, they beat the Stallions this week, and the Breakers next week. They could be in there.
Um,
Um,
I'm not sure who you are, but we don't talk about soccer. We don't talk about football on this show. This is American football podcast. Sorry, buddy.
the
I just
Champions League in football,
yeah.
soccer. I don't care what they say. It's soccer.
He said it's soccer.
I don't give a damn what anybody says.
But
We
yeah,
call
this
it
is what we're
soccer.
man. So
Yeah.
we've got in the North, Philly 4-4, Panthers 3-5, Generals 2-5. Is that correct? Am I seeing that correct?
2-6. 2-6.
2-6,
Yeah.
and the Maulers are 2-6.
2-6. Yeah.
In the
And right
South, you
now,
got Birmingham.
we got the Maulers up on Michigan, so keep that in
Yeah.
mind.
Yep.
They're
Now,
up there
in the
2-7.
South, you got Birmingham 6-2, Memphis at what is that?
They're
5-3.
5-3.
Breakers 5-3. Gamblers 5-3. That's how close it is. And then you got the North. It's up for grabs for that second spot, and possibly just depending on how Philly's season ends, the regular season ends for Philly. Possibly that first spot is up for grabs too. So it's just like, what's
I
going
got
on
to
here?
tell you one thing though about as much as I don't like anything Philly with sports, the Stars, man, they started this season looking bad, but over the last few
Yeah,
weeks, they've probably been the one team in the North that is looking like their them old self. They're looking like the Stars of last year.
yeah,
Now, and like I said, they lost
definitely.
last week to Birmingham, but damn, that was a hell of a game, man. It was a back and forth game. So if they get into that championship, they're going to be a problem for whoever comes out of the South.
Yeah,
You know, they
and
will.
especially with making it to the championship last year, and playing in the championship game, coming off the start that they had, looking like they weren't going to do anything this year. Case Cookus went in his bag. Let's keep it real. He went in his bag.
Yeah.
He calmed down. He stopped overthinking things, and
Yes. Yes.
he just settled himself back into form. You know what I mean?
He
And gave
did, man.
himself and the rest of his team an opportunity to win games, and now they're sitting number one in the North. So,
Yeah.
I mean, even
Yeah.
some of these games that they lost, they were real opportunities where they could have really took advantage of the game. It was just little mistakes like a turnover
Uh huh.
or a
And that's what it is,
misplay
man. That's what it is.
for
And
a third down
sometimes these
conversion. You know what I mean?
yeah, sometimes these close games, that's all it is. It's just going to take a wrong bounce of the ball for lack of a better term. Just one little thing can change it, but on the
Right.
record, people are just like, oh, they lost. So they must not be that good. But when you go back and you watch the game, that's why I tell people watch the games. Watch the games, and you're going to understand what's
You
going
got
on
to.
and just how good some of these teams are. Like for example, Pittsburgh, 2-6, man, but they've been in every single game this season. Because of that defense.
Every game.
Every game.
And
Every
Troy
game.
Williams.
Yeah.
And Troy
Yeah.
Williams. Troy Williams is a dual threat quarterback.
Oh,
He's
he
good on
is.
the feet,
He is.
and he has accuracy. He has a good arm. He needs to get a little bit. Hold on. I'm sorry. Perp said, one thing I like about USFL that they bring new players every year like the NFL. Yeah, definitely. And now that we're going to get into this about the XFL later, they're doing the same thing, but they're doing it better. And we'll tell you why here in a little bit. But honestly, it's just certain teams are coming out with like Troy Vincent, or excuse me, Troy Williams and the Pittsburgh Maulers. Their defense is very, very good.
Yeah.
It's just some games their defensive players makes bad decisions.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
Maybe a
that's
guy's
what's
going to
cost
jump a
them
route that
games.
he shouldn't. You got a cornerback that's going to over pursue something like
Yep.
that, and
Get a get a
maybe you got
PI
the edge, yeah, or maybe a guy doesn't set the edge and the running back runs outside for a big gain, little things like
or a
that,
missed
man.
assignment. I've
Yeah.
seen that a lot with Pittsburgh on defense, missed assignments, guys being wide open, and then on their offensive side, not being able to convert. They win a few games without even scoring an offensive touchdown.
Oh
Literally, it
man, you
was
should.
it was their defense and their special teams that was scoring for them.
Yeah, yeah. And see,
So, it was
that's the
just
thing, though, man. I see, like, I mean, if you're like me, I love defense. Defense and
me
run
too.
game are like my thing, man. So that's kind of why I became a Breakers fan last year. They had the #1 defense in the league. I was loving it. So when you can play defense in this league, you're still going to have a shot, as you can see, because
Yep.
the #2 spot in both of these divisions are both up for grabs. You play defense, you're gonna be there. And that's the XFL is the same thing. We talked about the XFL, Arlington, same thing, man.
Yeah.
They were playing defense all year, till they finally
Defense
got it
wins
right at quarterback.
championships.
It does, man. It really does. So yeah, man,
Hit
this
said some of these
last week,
players need to stop acting scared and bum rush a play. And you know what? I look at some of these defensive linemen, bro, and I say the same thing. Like, what are you doing? You're 300 and something pounds. Move
play
these
scared.
offensive
Yeah,
linemen out the way.
right. Yeah,
You
I
can do it. I've seen it
and
done.
that's the thing, man. That's one thing a lot of these guys, the coaches got to put into these guys is that if you're trying to get either back to the NFL or for the first time to the NFL, they don't want a player that's going to show that he's playing scared on film. That's the first thing. You're a
Exactly.
defensive coordinator. If you had, for example, Dan Quinn, he's looking at somebody up the middle. He's going to say, no, 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 no. This guy's afraid to go in and hit that, hit that right tackle. No, move next. Who else? Next.
If you're
Use
not going to
that
close
size.
that gap, what
Exactly.
are you big for? You're
Yeah,
big for
right.
nothing. You're not
Use your
closing
size,
gaps.
man. Use your size. That's the whole. I call it the Derrick Henry syndrome. Remember how he played scared for so many years until he talked about it was some old
Yeah.
NFL legend that sat him down and said, "Look how big you are. Start running through people." And since then, they ain't been able to stop it. Same concept here on defense.
Yep.
You know,
Stiff
you
arm
use
king.
that size, they ain't gonna stop
Stiff
you.
arm king.
Yeah, that's it, man. That is
Exactly.
it.
Exactly. You got to use your size to your advantage. And like Perp was saying, for even those guys who aren't looking to get into the NFL, they just want to be a spring league legend and be a
Yeah,
starter for several years. You know what I'm saying? To help the league grow and be a successful spring league. You got to play like it.
that's it. And that's what I
You
love
can't be
about the spring
scared.
league, man. These guys are playing what I've told people that are football fans, NFL fans, I tell them get into the XFL and USFL for that reason only. I say because these
Yep.
guys play hungry, they play with heart. A lot of these guys that used to be in the NFL, maybe they've been brought down to the spring league, and they're remembering what it's like to play for the love of the game. You see the heart out on the field,
Yep.
man. You see it. You see the effort. You see it in the effort, man. I mean, look at McCarron. AJ McCarron is a great example of that. McCarron could have
Yeah.
made all this money sitting on the bench, and he's like, "Nah, I want to play.
But he
I want to play."
chose. Yeah, he chose to play in front of his kids. He wasn't getting that
That's it.
opportunity in the NFL.
Yeah, and that's why
So
I
now
gotta
that his
wonder how
kids,
many of these USFL guys will stay here where they're at for now.
me too. Me
I
too.
gotta wonder about that, especially guys like Wes Hills. You know, um, even
Darius Victor.
I was just gonna say Darius. Man, Darius Victor's a beast, man. I love watching that dude run the damn ball. That's low center of gravity.
Bro,
Dude's got legs like,
he,
you know what I mean?
yeah, he
That's
just got to hold on to that ball,
yeah, yeah,
man. He's had a problem with fumbles, man. Like
yeah.
the streamer, you're a fart
Let
to
me ask you
fraction.
something, man. Let me ask you something since we're on the
Hit
USFL,
is
man. What are your
crazy,
thoughts
bro.
on Magoo? What are your thoughts on Magoo? Because I really thought
Alex
Smith was
Magoo.
gonna was when the season started, man. Smith was supposed to be the starting quarterback for the Stallions. I expected him to have an MVP run. Obviously, the ACL happened. But Magoo, what do you think, man? What are your thoughts on this dude?
When Smith broke his finger and they said he was out for the season, and they said Alex Magoo was starting, I'm gonna keep it on 100. I thought his name was Alex McGough.
Yeah, yeah. So did I. So did I. To be, I was like McGaw, McGaw. How? I don't know, man. And my
So
bad. Yeah, I said ACL. I was thinking of Bo Scarborough, but go ahead. Yeah,
so I'm like, okay, let's see what this kid got. First game out, I'm like, who is this guy?
yeah,
Like, you know who he remind me of? Remember the Titans?
yeah.
Sunshine.
Sunshine. Yeah, man.
Bro, who is this pretty boy? Got the got the California Dreamer hair, surfboard looking dude. Like, who is this kid? And bro, he's got a rocket.
Yeah,
He's throwing
yeah,
dots
yeah.
every time. I'm like, yo, who is this guy? And then he can run. Who is this white boy?
And it's crazy because the
Like,
dude
what?
plays with like an intense passion, man. Like I love it because he's out there excited, because the players feed off
Word.
of that shit. They do.
Yes, perfect word. He plays with intent. He goes out there like he's intending for something good to come out of this. He
Yeah.
goes out there with intentions of putting on a show and showing off his talent. I
Yeah.
think he's trying to make it to the NFL. I'm gonna keep it 100, and I think he
I
has an
think he is
opportunity to
too.
do that.
Yeah.
You know
Yeah,
what I
I
mean? I
I
think he
agree.
actually has an opportunity to do that, bro.
I agree. He's showing right now what we're seeing out of him this year is something that you want out of an NFL quarterback, even if it's just your backup. This is a
Yep.
guy that the way he's playing right now. I mean, I hate when people try to throw out the well, it's look at the level of competition. Throw out that side for a minute. Because what the NFL, coaches and scouts don't care about that. What they care about is the game situation and the way this guy is leading a team and the way the team
Yep.
responds to that is major, major, man. So I think you're right. I agree. I definitely can see this guy getting some looks from the NFL at the end of the season, straight up.
I do as well. I definitely do as
Yeah,
well. And I think that he has opportunity to not only get some invites, but I think after the season, the way he's been playing, he's looking like a top pick for USFL League MVP. So I
yeah.
think he
Oh
might
yeah,
just get
yeah.
signed at the end of the season, bro. I
Absolutely.
think he might literally just get signed, especially with
No,
this
I
new
agree.
QB3 rule coming in effect.
Yeah. That is a good point. That is a good point. I can definitely see that. Yeah, I'm with you. I don't see Magoo being in the USFL next year. To be honest,
I don't
I
either.
don't.
I
And
don't
I
either. I
mean,
honestly
and
don't. I
and more power to him. But
I
you know
think
what?
he's
That's
going
that's going to give
to.
us Smith a chance to come back too, though. So I think
Yeah,
I,
definitely.
I'm with you on
You
that.
know, because he's in. And possibly even if the Stallions go all the way to the championship again, Smith still may be out. You know what I mean? So there's no telling if he's going to even be able to throw the football again this year. So if that's the case, boom, Magoo gets his chance. See you later. Go ahead and move on to the NFL. Smith comes back next season, get back to form. You know what I mean? And then boom, you're going to literally have a whole year to recover, get back right, not have
Yeah,
to worry about your finger, none of that. Just like Bo Scarborough. You know what I mean?
yeah.
These guys are
Damn,
going
and
to have an
it's
opportunity
crazy, man.
to come back and really do something.
I was so excited to see Jamar Smith and Bo Scarborough this year in this offense.
Me too,
And
bro.
man, that first week just kind of just. But I mean,
Even
you
with
see
me
what's
not being
happened
a
now.
Stallions fan, too.
Yeah, yeah. And that it goes to show you, man, that the whole next man up thing is legit in any league, in any sport. Because now
Yeah.
look at what Magoo's done, man. I mean, Magoo is just like you said, he's probably right now the the leader for the MVP right now. And I mean,
Yep.
I can't knock that for anybody that says that because, I mean, you just look at what he's been doing, man, and you look at them sitting with the best
Now,
record
don't
right
get me
now in the league.
wrong. All you Breakers fans, don't get me wrong. MBT is right there.
He is.
MBT is right there. He's my pick, to be honest. because
And
he's putting up yards.
while he's still leading the league in yards, they still have the number one
Yes,
offense right now, and that's
still has the
because of
number
what he's
one.
doing. And consider this, that was with going during that stretch without Johnny Dixon there. So
Yep.
I mean, now the Dixon's back, as you saw last week
You
with
see
9
what happened
catches, it's pick
last
up.
week.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, we got
What's going on,
Pittsburgh
GV?
up
Welcome in. Welcome in.
16-7 now, man. Pittsburgh up
Yes, sir.
16-7, man.
Pittsburgh
We're
just
about to
scored.
enter the fourth quarter. So we got a good one there right now, man, on Fox. Y'all be sure to tune in, man. This is a good one going on. Pittsburgh's just one of those teams that's
Yeah,
fun
it's
to
a very
watch
good
because
game.
they
So
hit
check it
people.
out.
They hit
What's
people,
going
man.
on, GV? Welcome into the show, bro.
What's up,
Yeah, man,
GV?
it's definitely a good game going on. It's definitely a good game going on. And
Oh,
you guys can check it out. It's
oh,
live on Fox right now.
man. Pittsburgh's just rolling right now, man. They're moving. They're moving. Yeah,
Wow. Pittsburgh's looking to score again.
yeah,
Yeah, they're moving down the field looking to
yeah.
score again. So hey, it's a good game. It looks like we're gonna have a third week in a row
I tell you, man,
of good USFL
the
football.
quality of football in the USFL this season, man, has just been so good. It's
And
just
there's a pretty decent crowd in the stands.
yeah, not bad, man.
We actually haven't had a lot of that this year.
Especially considering this one isn't in Detroit. You know, this one ain't
Right.
they're not in a home game today, so I'm digging it, man. I'm digging it.
Where they
Definitely.
at? Oh, they're in Ohio today.
Yeah, yeah, they're in Ohio.
Yeah, so yeah, it's definitely. Oh yeah, it's a Pittsburgh home game. So yeah, they're definitely in Ohio today. They're at the Canton Field. Pittsburgh's playing at home, and they're up right now 16-7, and they're looking to score another one and punch one in.
Some good
Yes, man,
football,
we're having a
man.
great look. I'm having a great man. My boy Gabriel Garcia, Gabe G in the building, Gridiron Nation podcast. Gabe, do me a favor and
What's up?
in the YouTube chat, please post your Spotify so we can get everybody to go ahead and follow you on Spotify and go
Got you.
check
All
out
right.
the Gridiron Nation podcast show, which will be coming live to YouTube soon. Help my boy get
Soon.
it all set up to
Soon.
where he'll be on
Again, man,
Spotify and
I
YouTube
appreciate you, man.
at the same time.
Yeah. I really appreciate you,
That's what I
man,
do, man.
for
That's what I'm here
helping
for,
me
man.
get this stuff sorted out, man. Straight up. All right, let's see.
Look, and it starts
Got
here. It's the first time he's on camera podcasting. And like I said, he's going to be doing his show live as well soon. So y'all get ready for that. And I'm happy to have him on the show today, man, and be here with me because I get to debate with someone.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Because look, there's some shit we got to talk about today. I ain't gonna
yeah.
lie.
Definitely. All right, so
Can one of my
there's
mods
the screen
please
there.
pin that so we can continue? I think that would be a nice race leading into the end of the regular season in the USFL. And one thing I can say about the USFL, and Gabe, I don't know if you agree with me on this, they may not care so much about fans being in the stands right now, but compared to the XFL television presentation,
Yeah,
the USFL has got it on lock right now.
yeah,
I
yeah.
can't lie.
It's a very like you're watching a pro game. You know what I mean? Even though it doesn't
Mm-hmm.
feel NFL ish, but it still feels like pro game. You know what I mean? I don't know if
NFL experience.
yeah, yeah, exactly, man. So
You still
I
get that
think
NFL experience because they're basically using all the Fox,
the
the NFL
Fox,
on
yes,
Fox setup. You know what I mean? That's all they're
Fox and
using.
NBC. Yeah, they got the Fox and NBC setup, man. And
So they're just
so
using it for the USFL.
they do. They definitely have the television presentation on lock. I expect XFLs to be better next year. But yeah, as far as when you're watching on TV, like a lot of people complain about, you've seen it in some of the groups we're in about no stands, no fans in the stands, and I'm like, I don't mind the fake background noise, to be honest, man. It don't bother me because I got
Right.
used to
Got
that
used
year
to
that
it
the
for
NFL did it.
pandemic year. Yep. The
Yeah,
pandemic NFL year. I got used to it. But my thing too is I'm not too much caring about the fans not being in the stands. I think it's funny. I'm not too much having a problem with the not too much having a problem with the fake noise in the background or anything like that either. My thing is they have the presentation that the XFL should have. The
Yes.
XFL, why not use the old money if the football on ESPN, use that shit and
Yes.
just
Yeah. I mean,
XFL
that's
it
what I'm
up.
thinking. You got ESPN right there, man. Like, how is ESPN not using
Thank
that
you.
presentation? You know what I mean? I don't get it.
Even
When they
even the
used to have
games on
Thursday night
ABC.
football. Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. I
Even the
mean,
games on
you
ABC
see,
though.
even the
Use that
ABC when they
use those old Monday night football games on ABC setups.
even
You have
so,
the
you can look at
presentation.
ABC and ESPN still show a better presentation for their college football games than they did for the XFL this year. And if
Yep.
the XFL can just get that presentation with what they've got with the crowds this year, I mean, because that St. Louis crowd just amazing this year. If they can
GV
get
follows your
that,
Spotify, brother.
oh, appreciate you, GV. You know what? I'm gonna have to make sure to follow you right back, man. I know what is the GV? You got a Twitter? I know you told me about that, so I'm gonna have to make sure
Yeah.
to keep up on that.
G-
But
uh,
you know,
he has a new YouTube gaming channel, which he's on right now. He has the
okay,
TikTok,
I'm gonna follow all
Facebook. He has
that,
all that
man.
shit,
I'm
man.
gonna follow all that, and I need to make sure my boy JP does too, man. Jesse Padilla, who was on the stream a while ago,
And
because
on Kick too.
he's the same
He
way.
streams on
He's
Kick.
a gamer too, so okay, okay, man. We're definitely gonna have to keep up with that, and I'll definitely push you. I appreciate you following, man. So I'm gonna mention you, give you a mention on this week's episode, man, of
Mm.
the podcast tomorrow. So. But going back to what you were
Pittsburgh.
talking about with the XFL, man, I just think if they can get that presentation that you were talking about with what they've got with the crowds right now, oh man,
Bro, it would just
man,
be unlimited success for them.
absolutely,
It'll be unlimited success for them.
yeah,
And honestly, let's keep it 100. We're just going to shift to the XFL. There's the Pittsburgh game going on right now. Pittsburgh and Michigan. Next up today on NBC, you got Memphis and New Orleans. That game is at 3 p.m. Eastern, 12 noon Pacific. Um, Tomorrow we
that's
got
my game.
Birmingham going into Memphis, taking on Houston. That's on Peacock at 11 a.m. Pacific. What 2 p.m. Eastern, and then you got at 7 p.m. Eastern, 4 Pacific. Philadelphia going into Ohio, Canton Field taking on New Jersey. All right, let's shift over to the XFL now because this is huge. Now, if with them having all they need for the presentation, if they were to utilize all of that, not only will they make the show or the presentation better, but like you said, they have the fans in the stands.
Yeah, yeah,
They give us the football experience already. You feel what
yes,
I'm saying? So it's like you already have key pieces. And with them now recently making those major cuts in marketing, they made a lot of major cuts in marketing, guys. Like a lot of major cuts in marketing to where shit, what was it, 20%? I believe it
yeah.
was, Gabe, 20% of the
Yeah,
staff.
yeah, and I know a lot of people where there was a misconception that they were like, "Oh, see, they already lost money, they're already hurting," and it's not that. It's
No.
literally a business move. The end of the season, you're saying, "Okay, now we got to cut the fat,"
Yeah.
and just fix what we didn't do right. So yeah, I think you're right. Something
Because
about 20%, man. Dang.
because if anybody really paid attention to the X season, the local marketing was trash.
Yeah.
The local
Yes.
marketing
Yes.
strategy was garbage.
And see, you'll know this
You
because
didn't
you're out
hear,
there in Vegas.
bro, and I didn't hear anything on the news. You didn't have no local media coverage of the XFL games out here. None of that. None of it.
Yeah.
We didn't even know about the meet and greets that were going on. None of that. So, how am I supposed to support my team if I don't even know what's going on? If it's not even being talked about locally? I gotta sit here and search for the information on either the XFL app or whatever. Do you know what
Yeah.
I mean?
Yeah.
Just to get the information. And it's like that marketing strategy was just crap. So they said, okay, we need to revamp that and do it differently. And if they do, like I've been recently on my show, they need to attack the local market. Get
Mm-hmm.
get a contract or some type of agreement established with these local news stations, or at least one or two local news stations in these respective cities of these teams, and really do a good job with marketing the local teams.
I
Would
agree.
you agree?
I agree. And I think if there's maybe two markets that did it well, of course, St. Louis, because they've been starving for football. They have been. And now, if
Yep.
anything, this past season kind of sent a message to the NFL about that. It's about to see how the Battlehawks just killed it with the crowds. But I think also San Antonio, but I think that has more to do with that being the Rock's kind of, I want to say, quote unquote, home team, Dwayne
Yeah.
Johnson's, because he's
The
wanted a
Brahmas.
team there. Yeah, so he's wanted a team there. So they really pushed it there. And I think DC, you didn't even see their crowd start to pick up until they started winning. Like you saw that they were going to be legit, So those are the only markets that
No.
I really feel
Hold
maybe
on.
pushed it.
Hold on. Hold on. No. DC.
No,
No. From game one, bro. No. From game one. No, their very first home game. You can't lie. That beer
but
snake
crowds.
came out from
That the
2020.
damn beer
The beer
steak,
snake
man.
came back, and it was a wrap. It was a
Man,
wrap.
let
It
me
was
ask you
over.
something. Let me ask you something. Who the hell's got to clean all that shit up at the end of the damn game?
They do. The fans.
Was that the deal they had? Because you remember
Yeah.
the first time they brought that out, they started like they were like trying to impose some kind of penalties, and everybody's like, nah. And
Because
then
they threw
after a while, they
lemons
were
on
like,
the
all right, we're
field.
just gonna roll with it. Yeah,
Because they threw lemons on the field for them taking away the
yeah,
beer snake. Hey, GV, I
that's
got your
right.
question in just 1 second. They threw the lemons on the field,
Yeah,
and they was
yeah.
not feeling it, and they were like,
Well, and they
"The
then
heck with
that's
it."
when they started realizing that it would be better to market that. Yeah, yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, you're
Way
right
better to
about that. I'll
market it.
give you that.
And
I hadn't thought about that with the beer snake, but you're right. From week
the
one, that
beer
was the
snake
thing.
killed it, bro. The
Yeah,
beer snake killed it. I'm telling you, the biggest fan bases, like you said,
hitting
San
man. So
Antonio,
yeah,
DC, and St.
St.
Louis.
Louis. Yeah,
Those were the biggest fan bases. But every team had decent, I can say decent turnouts,
they did.
because out here in Vegas, it
Yeah,
was horrible. 6,000 people. We averaged 6,000. That was it.
yeah, man. Y'all struggled though this year,
Um,
man.
yeah,
You guys did.
because of no local advertising
Yeah,
and a horrible field. Cashman's crappy, bro. They gotta renovate that entire field and move the soccer team. But see, the problem is Sam Boyd Stadium, which the XFL was able to use back in 2001 for the Las Vegas Outlaws, Sam Boyd torn down next year. That's why it can't be used by the XFL. It's not being used by anything or by
okay,
anyone. It's being torn down. UNLV doesn't play there anymore because now they're playing at Allegiant Stadium. You know what I mean? They're
okay.
playing where the Raiders play at. So
Well, I like that they're doing the whole revamping of the marketing with the XFL because I tell you, I mean, Vegas right now is prime for it's a hell of a market, especially
bro,
with the Raiders coming in and bringing that football interest there. I mean, damn, there's so much money
not
to
only
be
that,
had there.
sports in general. The
Yes,
WNBA.
yes,
We just won a professional championship in this city for the first time ever, I believe.
yeah.
WNBA
NHL.
basketball team.
Mhm.
Now we're looking at a hockey Stanley Cup championship this year.
That's crazy, man. That's crazy. Ah, took out my Dallas Stars too, man. Yeah, yeah. That's two right there.
That's two professional teams. If the Raiders can make it to the Super Bowl and win a Super Bowl in the next 5 years, and Vegas Golden Knights and Las Vegas Aces WNBA team are doing well and winning championships, then you bring
Hmm.
the Athletics out here because they're moving the Oakland A's out here. You
Yeah,
got to
they are.
imagine all these teams
That's
having all this
major, man.
sports success in Las Vegas. Why not push the XFL team?
Yeah, I agree. I agree. And I mean, if it would only help the Raiders too to do that because you've got a
Exactly.
talent pool right there in your own city. You
Right
know what I mean?
here.
Yeah, right there.
right here.
And
Why
that's
not
why
scout these guys?
that goes back to what you talked about, how this whole XFL thing with the 20% cut they did, it's a good thing. Like people don't see it.
Yep.
Oh, I saw people like, oh, it's just people losing jobs. You don't understand. It's a business. It is a
Right.
business, and if they
And,
want to
and
grow,
at the end of the
they fix
day,
that marketing.
exactly. They knew where they screwed up at, and they said it has to be fixed. So
Yes,
boom, this is what we have to do.
exactly.
Everyone who was let go, they understood.
They did.
That's the crazy thing.
Yeah, yeah. They knew.
There's no hard feelings. You
They
don't
knew.
see none of these people on social media bashing the XFL or bad mouthing them. They're telling you the truth. They did what they had to do because our marketing strategy did not work.
Exactly.
Period.
Exactly.
We didn't fulfill our jobs.
That's
When you don't fulfill your job, what happens?
oh yeah.
You
You're gonna
lose
get
it.
replaced by somebody who can. You know that, and that's
Exactly.
and when you've got somebody like Dwayne Johnson as the face of it, spearheading it. He's got there's going to be suitors for money for advertising, but if you can't market this right, they're going to pull away. They're going to say, okay, we understand you have Dwayne Johnson there, but we don't like the way you're marketing this stuff, so we're just going to pull back some of this advertising money we're throwing at you. And when that comes into the big picture, man, that
Yep.
affects not just one team in that market, but the entire league as a whole. So it makes sense why they had such a big
Exactly.
marketing cut. It makes a lot of sense. You know,
Exactly. Now, GV asks, what are your hopes for the XFL's upcoming season and what would you like to see happen?
I think exactly what we just talked about. Let that marketing pick up. Um, I do want to see them personally. Me, I would love to see them. Like you said, you need to really push it more into their home cities. Get out there like we see the NFL do when they're always doing stuff in the community with these players and they're out there meeting the fans. If you want to succeed, if you want people to care about these teams the way we care about the NFL teams, with our heart in it, then they've got to have some kind of emotional connection to these players and to these teams. So when you take your kids out there and
Exactly.
they're doing a meet and greet, and they're sitting there, your son meets this person and this player, this running back for Arlington or whatnot, and he's going to remember that he's going to grow up an Arlington fan. And guess what that means? That means you've
Yep.
got yourself a fan for life. And I mean, that's just one. That's just one person. You do that with an entire community, entire city of people. You pick up that marketing, you get out there, you meet them. That's what I want to see from the XFL next year. And once they get that locked in their home cities, then you can start doing it on the road. But that's down the line. First you got to lock up the home. That's the way I see it. And that's what I want to see them do next year. And also, what I'd like to see is, like you said, Jersey, just use that ESPN platform as far as the presentation goes, man. I want to see more of a professional style presentation. That's what I'd like to see, at least from my end
Exactly.
for the upcoming season. You know,
Now, on my end, I want to see the same type of thing. I need to see some local marketing. I need to see more local media coverage. We need to see more community events. We need to see more meet and greet. We need to hear about this stuff. We need more local advertising in these respective cities. Like that's my main thing. We need the local advertising because if not, like you said, Gabe, these kids are going to be the future fans. You get what I
yes,
mean?
yes,
So if you're not attacking these local markets, how are you gaining these future fans?
that's right. That's right. That's how are you gaining your longevity if you're not locking in these young
Exactly.
fans? You know,
You're not. So I need to see that, and I'm hoping that they do have the mini camps and training camps held
yes.
out here, in like held in our respective cities as well. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
they got to do
That
that. They
way
have to. Yeah,
fans can go and watch and then meet the players. You know what I'm saying? And be able to talk with the players and get autographs and all that and interact and become
they have to.
fans.
Yeah, Yeah.
You get what I
Get
mean?
get yeah, and I totally agree. Like, they've talked about them having the mini camps this winter. And I agree, man. Do that in your home cities. The reason the NFL can get away with doing it elsewhere is because of how big it is already. There's fans nationwide. But I guarantee
Right,
you, if you don't have
right.
fans in your home city, how do you expect to get fans elsewhere? You know what I mean? Like me, I'm a fan of Arlington. Yes, I don't live there, but that's just
Exactly.
because I'm a football
Exactly.
fan. You know what I mean? So I'm not the casual fan. What
Right.
they need to do is pull in the casual fans. That's what they need to do. And like you said, that's the way to do it, man. Especially with the mini camps. That is big. That's big. Mini camps at home is a must.
You know what, Hit? That's not a bad idea.
Yeah.
He said the
Yeah.
XFL needs to get a deal with McDonald's and make Happy Meal toys and stuff. That's a brilliant marketing strategy.
It is,
That is
man.
a
It really is.
brilliant marketing strategy.
You get Happy Meal toys of like the mascots or something, man. That would be major. It really would be.
Get And you know what's even better? Going into a second season. First time ever in XFL history, we're getting a second season.
Yeah.
So you imagine if they can get a deal like that done going into a third season, and you have players who've been on this team since, this past 2023 season, and they're still on the team, bro, they can have their
Yeah.
own Happy Meal toys.
It
Marketing the
says,
XFL,
fuck the
marketing
janitors.
the
They ain't got
players.
nothing better to do, man. Let's go back to that whole beer snake thing, man. Oh man, come
But
on, give
that's
the
the thing.
janitors a break,
What
man.
what the player or what the fans do with the beer snake cups is they have a whole line. Everyone who's holding the beer snake, when it's time to throw it in the garbage, they have trash cans
Yeah,
lined up. You know what I mean?
yeah.
And all the fans just throw it away themselves. It's
You
so
know what
dope.
I
They clean up after
what I
themselves like
really loved
it's
what
so
I
lit.
really loved that I didn't have to see that against Arlington in the championship, man, because they were losing the whole
Yeah.
damn game.
I wish there would have been more people in for from DC that were
Yeah,
there to do the beer snake and stuff, man. It
yeah.
would have been
You know,
dope.
I was good with the turnout because it was
Yep.
local Arlington and stuff, but it was good, man.
Exactly, Hit. Give them a toy and an XFL
Oh,
player
that
card.
yeah, yeah, man.
Bro, brilliant
Yeah,
marketing strategy.
that
Brilliant.
is actually it is. Yeah,
They need to that type of deal with McDonald's or Burger King or any of these fast food restaurants that give out toys with their kids' meals. And like you said, action figure, you know what I mean, of the player and a player card. Boom.
yep.
Game.
You do that
Marketing.
for the
You're
first
lit.
first month or first half of the month of the season. It's perfect because it gets people.
Yep.
All right, what is this XFL? You got young boys, young kids that play football. They're like, oh, let me check this out. That is an NFL.
Now they
Yeah, man. And
and now when they
McDonald's
see a
that's the
player,
big one.
yeah, if they see a player, they're looking like, okay, who is this person? Okay, like let's just say for instance, Luis Perez. Oh, who is Luis Perez? Oh, boom. Now they're gonna go and look up Luis Perez.
Yeah, yeah.
Now you got a fan. You get what I'm
Damn,
saying?
hit
They're
hit
gonna start
hit gonna
following
have
the
to get
players.
on your marketing team, man, for real.
You know what I'm
Hit
saying?
on your marketing, man.
Got some look. He's got some good marketing strategies, bro. He got some shit over there in his brain, man.
And
But
the
that
XFL, they've
another
had
thing.
some good concepts, man. It was like the player 54 to me was such a good thing, but to me it wasn't pushed enough. Because player
Nope.
54, I watched it and it gave you an opportunity to care for these players, man, because you
Yeah.
got to know them. But I thought that they didn't push it enough on ESPN. I really felt that they could have pushed it a lot more than they did.
Yeah. If they would have really marketed that, and that's another thing, marketing. You didn't market that show.
Yeah,
On top of the
yeah.
fact, ESPN, I felt when it came on ESPN Plus, it should have been on ESPN.
I agree. I
Same
agree
time.
100%. Yeah,
You know what I
yeah,
mean? So if people are out or whatever, or they miss it live, they can always go back and watch the replay on ESPN Plus. You know what I mean? Or whatever the case. But
yeah.
I just feel like you said, it wasn't marketed well, and that's a huge loss for them when it comes to that player 54 because it was a good show. It was a very, very good show, man.
Yeah, yeah, I
Very,
enjoyed it,
very good
man.
show.
I really get into these when you can actually learn about the players because you start
Yeah,
to actually give a damn about them, and it makes it easier to be a fan of not just the like your team, but the league as a whole. You know what I mean?
exactly.
I was rooting for AJ McCarron all year, and I'm not even a Battlehawks fan. Have
Bro,
you
me
know?
too.
So it's fun to do that because you get invested in these games. You know what I'm saying? So Player 54 is a
Exactly.
good tool to do that. But yeah, they got to market it a lot better, a lot better.
And another thing I think could happen and should happen because I feel they have the money to do it. Because guys, listen, I've said this multiple times. The XFL was bought for $15 million. That's chump change to them.
Yeah.
That's chump change to The Rock. That's chump change to Jerry Cardinal in Redbird Capital. That's chump change to Danny Garcia.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel you could move your players and coaches to their respective cities. Have them live in their respective cities. These players got a little bit of money. They could rent a home,
Yeah. Yeah. Couple months. You
not
know.
even a couple months. Live in the city where you play. That's what
Yeah.
the NFL players do.
True.
Throughout the entire season, they live where they play.
Live in that community. You become a part of that community. People start to care about you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And when we see them out, like for instance, Devontae Adams, just at the Golden
Mm-hmm.
Knights home game recently, in the crowd with the people, not sitting up in no press box or
There
none of
you
that.
go.
He's in the crowd with the people,
There you go. There you go. I'm one of you.
interacting with the community.
Yeah.
Exactly, bro. You know what I mean? They have this money for exactly. They have all the money for merch and stuff, but nothing for advertisement, and that's what kills it too. Like you put all this money in the merch,
Yeah.
and then you put the prices up, so you jack the prices up so freaking high. It's $189.99 for a freaking XFL jersey, and you can't even get an
Who
XFL
the
jersey
hell?
with the team's
Who? I
team's
want to
name on
know
it or
who
the
the hell
player's name on it.
approved. Who the hell approved that pricing for this merchandise, man? I'm
Like,
sorry,
bro, you like
but
the NFL?
damn, I could get an authentic NFL jersey for
You
cheaper
know
than
what I'm
that,
saying?
man.
You're not the NFL.
I saw those prices
This
when they
ain't
came
they
out, and I
say
was like,
fanatics.
somebody lost their damn minds by I hope they were. I'm sorry to say, but I hope whoever approved that pricing was part of that 20%. It's kind of messed up to say somebody lost
Bro,
their
me
job,
too.
but damn, man, we're working
Me too.
class, man.
Yes,
That's
that's
what they're
highway
targeting.
robbery
They're
hit.
targeting the working class. You can't target
Mm-hmm.
a working class of football fans and have prices like that for what is essentially a new league or a rebranding. I'm sorry, man, you can't do that.
Right.
You just can't. It's
You
too
can't do
much.
that.
Nah.
You can't do
That's
that.
when you
That's
start
literally,
getting
like you
knockoff
said, hit. That's
sites, man.
highway robbery.
Yeah, I
And,
agree.
and that's why these knockoff sites are making more money
Yeah,
because they're custom making these shits with player names and their numbers, not just number 23 or number 54 with Dwayne Johnson's name on the back of it.
yeah,
And the crazy thing is the number 23 jersey don't even have a name on the back. But every number 54 jersey for every team has Johnson on the back. What the, bruh?
yeah.
Come on, Rock. Come on, bro. Like, come on now.
Oh man, that's
I'm
that's
just,
that
you know what I mean?
WWE ego
Throw up if you
kicking
got
in,
to.
man. That's his
Yep.
WWE ego kicking in right there, man. But
This is exactly what it is.
I agree, man. I
If
feel
you got
like
to.
the marketing as a
It's
whole,
427.
marketing as a whole
It's
has
time,
to get
Jason.
it done, man. It's time. It's time.
Yeah, they do, man, because if not, it's going to fail. Even going
Yeah.
into a second season, even having the success of going into a second season for the first time ever, it could still fail at the end of the season if the marketing isn't picked up and corrected and done right this season, this or next season. So
I
I
agree.
also feel like moving these teams to the local cities, bro, I think that'll be huge. You know what I mean? Why not?
Yeah, I agree, and like I guess since we're talking XFL, we're talking USFL. Let's just keep it on the whole spring football league. I always like to look at what each league is doing better than the other, because I love both leagues. I think the USFL, and you've talked about
Yeah.
this, man. They have got to get in their home cities. Like people need to stop talking about merging and stuff like that right now or expansion. Because I'm sorry, USFL cannot expand until they get every single team that is in the league right now playing in their home cities. What's the point
Yep.
of expanding if you're going to have to find hubs for every one of these teams to play in, man.
Exactly. That's dumb.
No. And that's what I
That's
like
dumb.
with the way the XFL has been able to do. But like you said, you can have the team like in the XFL, you can have, your teams in their city all you want. But if you're not putting them out there in the city, in the community,
It
you're
don't
not
matter.
you're not utilizing it to the fullest, man.
Yeah.
I think that'll change next year though. I think it
Yeah,
will.
because I think that's one major thing they're looking at in the offseason, and that's why they made. But like you're saying, back to
Yeah.
USFL issue, they can't think about merging, expanding, no nothing until they get every team, all 8 teams in their own respective city. They only have 3 right now that have a hub, but it's their home stadium. Memphis, Michigan, and Birmingham. That's it.
Yeah. Yep.
So there can be no talk of expansion. There can be no talk of merging.
No.
There can be none of that. Because if
No.
you talk about merging, then you still have to go and find home fields for all the other those 7 teams that don't have them in the USFL.
Exactly. Exactly. And as it is, the XFL's looking at, marketing their issues right now. So they're not ready to take on, another 8 teams to
At all,
try to
because
add,
they're only. I also noticed one thing that they were talking about too at the end of the season. At the actually after the championship, Danny and Dwayne were talking about looking at starting to look in the 2024 season. They're going to start looking at places to possibly expand. That
yeah.
means they're not going to go into this offseason worrying about expansion teams or none of that. They're worrying about correcting the issues from last season, probably fixing the playoff structure and all that.
Mm-hmm.
Like they said, in 2024, in the 2024 season, they'll start looking at markets that will be workable markets for XFL teams. So
Yeah.
they're looking at expanding after we have a successful second season.
Yes. After everything else that they need to fix is running smoothly. Because there's a lot of
Mm-hmm.
cost that comes with expansion. There's a lot of cost that comes with expansion. And if you don't even have your marketing
It
unlocked,
does.
you can't even begin to talk about expanding. You know what I'm saying? So,
And another
yeah,
thing,
I mean, we're there.
the XFL needs to, because, bro, $15 million. You bought a whole league for $15 million. You can't go and build you a freaking $2 million stadium or training facility, or like out here for Cashman. You can't put $1 million in the renovation, 2 million, 3 million in the renovation, and hook it up to where now it's a 20,000 seater.
Well,
You feel what I'm saying? You can't go
yeah,
and
I
buy.
mean,
You can't go and have a, bro. There's so many property. There's so much land. Listen, this is all I'm saying. Build you a little training field, a little practice field, a little training facility for in their respective cities for these guys to be out and training, having their mini camps, doing all that, and all that. You feel what I'm saying? In their respective cities, we can go
yeah,
to the practice field and watch and get to know the players and interact with the players and the
yep.
coaches and get to fall in love with these guys and fall in love with the league and the teams. And bro, they got the money to do it.
Let me
They wiped their ass with that
let me
15
let me
million
tell
and
you
had a
something, bro.
successful season.
Right, right. And let me tell you something. And this is from podcaster to podcaster, right? Okay, you do exactly what you just said. They get a training camp in their towns. You get your local podcasters, everybody. You allow them free reign to come in. Guess
And
what that
cover it.
does, man? That has Jersey is covering it. So guess what? Jersey's fan base is all of a sudden you know open to what is going on at training camp with this team, and they're like, okay, man, let's
Yep.
go check it out. And that, if they can figure
Exactly.
that out, then I mean, you talk about the possibilities of growing the XFL fan base. If they can do something like that, where they allow, the small time media just to come in and use their humble fan bases and open it up to the XFL, it's going to grow the league. And I think that's what they need to do is just think about, like I said, the casual fans right now and what outlets that they have access to, and how the XFL can utilize that. So
Definitely,
that's the way
definitely,
I look at that.
definitely. Exactly, bro. Exactly. And like you said, that organic growth from the fan. If y'all are pushing this as a fan based league, it's all about the fans.
Yes,
It's all about the fans. It's all about the fans. That's what they constantly say. Then why are you not having your teams interactions constantly?
exactly.
You have a
Yeah,
whole damn near year till next season. Do you know what these XFL teams could be doing? These players could be going around knowing, okay, I'm going to be on this team next year, right? I'm going to start interacting with the fans. Why not?
yeah,
You get what I mean?
yeah, yeah. I mean that's the key right there. See, the problem is they have to look at it in the sense that you're not gonna all of a sudden pull the NFL fans. So stop looking at it that way. Hell,
Exactly.
market it towards college fans too, man, because people that watch college football, I actually know people that prefer college football over NFL, and they watch it religiously.
Yep.
And I guarantee you, you get some of these guys, some of these type of fans by pushing those players that don't get drafted into the NFL, because when they come into the XFL, those college football heads are going to be like,
Exactly.
"Oh, I know that dude. I know that dude. He's playing here in my town, here in Vegas.
Yep.
I'm gonna go down there to meet this dude." And that opens up again. That
Exactly.
opens up a whole other new fan base for you right there, man. It does. It does.
And that
And I
opens up
I,
a
I think they
huge
see that.
marketing base for the XFL.
Yeah. Yep.
You know what I mean?
Especially
It
if
opens
they
up
can
a
get the
huge
college
market
game.
base for the XFL
Yeah.
because now you're, like you said, you're attacking that college market. So you're getting, bro, there's so many college football fans. When you go to these games
They're
and you
massive, those
see these
crowds.
games, bro, the crowds are enormous.
And they're rabid, man. They're loyal. They are rabid about their teams, you know. So they'll watch. If there's players
So
from
if
Alabama
you
that
get
get
these
drafted to
these
XFL,
yep, they'll definitely watch, bro. You're not lying. They'll watch, and not only will they watch, they'll support. They'll rock the
yes,
gear. They'll go to the games.
yes,
You know what I mean?
yeah,
People
yeah,
like us, podcasters, will go and start covering the games at the home games if we're able to make it to the home games. You know what I mean? We'll start going there and covering the games. You know what I mean? We'll be
exactly.
the local media.
Thank
Hell,
you. At no cost to them, other than
exactly.
putting the team there. Other than making the team accessible, whatever that costs them, that's the only cost. You're not paying us to go out and talk about your show, because we're going to do
Exactly.
that by you giving us access to your team. You know what I mean? So you're
Yep.
absolutely right, man. Like there is a way for them to do this at low cost. They just got to see it. What they just
Hmm.
got, like you said, put the money up for the facilities and their home teams. That's all you got to do. That's it.
Exactly. You just got to put the money up. If they put
Yeah.
the money up, they'll see the success. They'll see the success. You know what I mean? It'll just flow. You know what I mean? Now, more XFL news. Again, next Saturday, or excuse me, I keep saying next Saturday, next Friday, first time, we're having a virtual XFL rookie draft. What this basically means is these players didn't get drafted by the NFL, any NFL teams, and they will be up for grabs. XFL teams. Now they will be under a the clause basically is in effect with that as well. They'll be put on rosters, but they'll have an NFL opt, excuse me, an NFL out op, meaning until December 26th of 2023, they'll be able to opt out of their XFL contract and go play for an NFL team if they were to get signed. But other than that, they're drafted to that team. Period. They just have to be eligible to have been drafted in. They got to be eligible to have been drafted in the NFL this year, and they cannot be under contract with any NFL team as of right now. Bro, you can do that too. Put the XFL teams on some Hot Wheels, put them on beer cans, all that. Market these players, market the league. Exactly. Market the teams. It sounds funny, but it's not. It's real. It's serious. They need to. Like, they really need to, bro. You know what I'm saying? You're not lying, Hit. That's a good key point. Like, their marketing strategy needs to be going after some of these big market places, these restaurants, these brands, that they can market their players, they can market their teams, all that. Even if they just start off with team logos, you know what I mean? Until rosters are completely set in stone and these players have been on that team for a year or two. You know what I mean? Do it like that as well. You get what I'm saying? What's going on, Platinum? Yeah, wow. Welcome in, my brother. But Hit, you're not lying. They need to really utilize the marketing strategy to a full effect. You know what I'm saying? They really need to. Gabe, Hit was just saying, like, they need to put XFL teams, like, their logos on Hot Wheels or even on beer
Yeah.
cans. Bro,
Oh,
what?
yeah. Yeah.
Beer
I mean,
cans?
beer
Come
cans.
on
Can you
now.
imagine? Can you imagine? Or hell, even if not just beer cans, man, put it on soda, whatever you can to market it, man. Put it on products. I mean, hits. I mean, that I can't say it any better. You put it. You basically
Yeah.
market it to people in a. You're marketing people in a grocery store. You know what I mean? People that
Yep.
maybe not even watch football are gonna see that little logo when they're walking down the aisle, man, and they're gonna
Like,
remember
if
that.
they would have, bro, if they would have got a Frito Lay deal
Oh
to
man,
to advertise, like, the
yeah.
championship, you know what I mean? The Arlington Renegades winning, bro, and have bags with Luis Perez on it, or Sal Canella, you know what I mean? And players like that, Bob Stoops, have the whole team, whatever,
Hell,
have that championship photo
yeah.
of them on the field holding the trophy. You know what I'm saying? Right? Do something with Papa John's or Pizza Hut or something. You know what I mean?
Hell,
They,
if I'm XFL, man, I'm looking at Dos Equis. You know what I mean? That's perfect. You
yeah,
got the two X's. You incorporate that into some kind of marketing scheme. Major, major. I mean, come on,
bro,
Dos Equis. You know, football
bro,
fans. We're beer drinkers, man.
exactly, bro. That's what I'm saying. You market these beer drinkers,
Or smokers. It's all good.
shit, either one. But football fans tailgate.
Yes, yes,
Hook up with these tailgating products and brands and get a marketing team to mock up some shit and come out with it.
ah,
You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
At the end of the day, people are going to buy these products.
yeah.
If you put it on a Budweiser can, you know how many Budweiser drinkers ain't going to care about what's on the damn can?
Right.
They're buying the beer still, but they're going to look at it like, hey, yo, well, Luis Perez. Oh, okay, I'm going to start watching that shit. I'm going to watch it next season. Boom.
Yep. You do something with,
They're
let's say,
preparing
Papa
themselves.
John's. Let's say Papa John's, and they have, you know how every year Papa John's does that football shaped pizza. Hell, you do something like that
Yeah.
where on the box it has like some kind of code. And if you go to xfl.com, you can get 15% off merchandise order when you buy that pizza. Something like that. And not only does that help
Yep.
expose them to those people buying the pizza, but that also gets them to go on and buy some merchandise, man. So
Energy
it
drinks wouldn't be bad either. Hit. You right.
yeah.
Energy drinks wouldn't be
for
bad.
for local, hell yeah, man. Shit.
Hey,
For lokes.
that'll work too.
Yeah.
Just alcohol in general. You know what I mean? Whatever. Those twisted teas. People buy that. You know what
They
I
do,
mean?
man.
Things that
They
people are
do.
buying, and you know that it's products that are selling. Get a marketing mock up for them, man. And come on now, blow it out the roof. You'll get fans in the
That's it.
stands because, again, the
That's it.
XFL has home fields.
It's going to be
And the
interesting to
thing is, they
see
don't have to
where they
travel.
go with the marketing. Yeah, exactly. So I'm really interested to see where XFL, now that they've kind of cleared some of the fat off of the marketing department, to see
Mm-hmm.
what they do going into next year. I'm kind of I really do hope though that they start the season off right after the Super Bowl game because I love that, man. It was awesome.
I do
It
too.
was awesome.
I do too.
Yeah, yeah.
Also coming up are the showcases right after the virtual rookie draft. You got the HBCU showcase taking place at Clark Atlanta University. That's going to be on the 17th. Registration is open now, so anyone who catches this show and you're a semi-pro football player, or you went to HBCU school and you didn't get drafted, you can register at com and sign up to try out for the XFL and go to the showcase. Then after that,
I love that they
you
do
already
that,
know.
man. I love that they do that. Yeah,
Yeah, after that, the rest of the
I love it.
showcases are taking place as well. Um,
There's so
Let me
much
get the
talent, I
dates for
think,
you
in that
guys.
HBCU, man. That there's
Yeah,
talent there. You know, it's just
and
they're not on the big stage that
and
NCAA is.
and the fact that the NFL didn't take advantage of the HBCU talent that was available this season, the
Yeah.
XFL said, "Hey, let's just host a straight up HBCU showcase.
Yep.
You're gonna get
Yeah,
all that talent that the NFL
we're
didn't
not
want."
only gonna draft you guys, but we're gonna give you your own showcase to show
Yep,
what you can do. I mean, that's why I really hope Isaiah Land, who Dallas signed, I really hope this dude succeeds in the NFL, man, because that's gonna open up
me
everybody's
too.
eyes to the HBCU. If this guy can come
HBCU
out
talent.
as an undrafted free agent and just dominate, it'll be awesome to see that, man. So I'll be rooting for him, not just because
Real
he's a
talk.
cowboy, but because I really want to see people see what kind of talent that we can find there. There's talent there, man. There really
Yeah,
is.
because there's a ton of talent in the HBCU pool, bro. That HBCU pool of schools has so much talent that's hidden, really nobody pays attention to,
Yeah,
and it's messed up. But now
yeah,
this is what I'm respecting about the XFL doing this showcase, man, giving these the opportunity to really showcase what they have and show the NFL what they're missing out on. And if the NFL feels okay, they need this spring football league, okay, fine, they need it. You
yeah,
know what I mean? They need it.
yeah,
Let them come in here and succeed at the I guess you can say minor league level
yeah,
and show that
yeah,
they belong at the pro level or the
yeah.
major league level. Let's just put it that way. You know what I mean? Ballpark
At the
Franks would
very
be a great
least,
idea too. It's
yeah.
it's a tailgating product. You get what I'm saying? Hit. You need to go into
I
marketing,
guarantee
bro.
you the NFL, I guarantee you the NFL will be having at least one scout. These teams will be having scouts watching these
Hmm.
showcases. They
Yep.
will because camp is coming in, camp bodies. They're needing camp
Yes,
bodies.
sir.
And all it takes is one guy getting a call saying, hey, we need a camp body. And you never know what happens after that, man. All you got to do is get your foot in the door in terms of the NFL. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's a good thing, man. This is why I love spring football because
Me
now
too.
it's giving these guys that have talent another opportunity to showcase it, or guys that maybe just weren't quite ready for the NFL. This is getting them
Exactly. And
back
it
into
gives
that mode.
yep. It gives them that opportunity to show like Perp was saying earlier, for those guys who don't look to get into the NFL or get back into the NFL and they want to be spring league legends, hell,
Mhm.
they're gonna grind. They're gonna be successful by what they're putting into and just having the opportunity to be a face of the league.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
know what I mean?
yes,
Because eventually
yes.
we're gonna start having faces of this league
Oh
in the
yeah.
USFL league. You know what I mean? There's gonna be a face of these leagues. You
I
know what I
mean, they're
mean?
to be honest, the XFL probably has a kind of a face of the league now with just with McCarron.
Yeah.
Who getting the
Hell, with
MVP. People were
Danucci,
following it. Yeah, yeah, with Danucci too. Although he's going to be with the Broncos now, from what I'm
right?
hearing, he has locked in because like you talked about with that new
19-7
QB3
final.
rule.
Okay.
Yeah. Now my
Yeah,
squad, man, my
and
squad's up
he's
next. So
well. As far as I'm hearing, I think he's third on the second or third on the depth chart right
yeah,
now.
yeah, he is.
So
He is expected to probably make the squad. So
yeah, because
it,
Sean Payton's working with him. He's
yeah,
really working with him on the turnovers and everything like that. Just getting them back into NFL form because he was there before.
Yeah.
He just sucked.
Yeah.
That's all.
I
I'm
mean,
gonna just keep 100.
I will be honest with you. When the season started, I was laughing. I'm like, man, Danucci ain't gonna do nothing. You know, I'm a Cowboys fan. You're a Cowboys fan. I'm like, he ain't gonna do nothing. And
I
he
would.
he did. He silenced me as the year went on. You know, so
Mm-hmm.
that's why these leagues are so good, because these guys can develop their game a little bit more. And but market it right, man. Let
Right.
people see these guys, man, doing what they're doing, you know, and I think everything else will fall into place for a lot of these guys trying to get back into the NFL. But it's big, it is, and like you said, if
And
they're going to
the
market it
way
as
they
a
market
place,
the showcases,
yeah,
like the way they market the showcases during the summer is excellent.
yes, yeah,
You push it. You push it. You're constantly, you know what I mean? It's constantly being showed on TV. It's constantly being showed everywhere, social media, all that. So if you're pushing these showcases, push the season.
right, right, yes. Put
Push these
put that
teams
same effort
locally.
in there. I agree. I agree.
Exactly. So, like we said, the 17th will be the HBCU showcase, and then we'll start with the different, the city
Yeah,
showcases. It'll be in Atlanta on June 18th. Then it'll be a break. They'll be going to St. Louis July 7th, and then DC July 9th. Then it'll be Houston 18th. And
I like
then
this,
we
man.
got
Yeah,
July 16th. Then lastly, and this is what I'm super excited about, man. We got a XFL combine. Bro, this is huge for the XFL in the offseason because with them having a combine, bro, that's even more talent. That's even more
hey,
talent.
JP, Jesse Padilla, thanks for jumping on the stream today, brother. He's got to go to work, man. That's my boy right there. But just real quick, sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, Jersey, but
No, you're good. You're
just
good.
so I'll at me later, JP. Appreciate you, bro.
But yeah, like I said, man, I feel that, with the XFL having these different showcases and then leading up to a combine, bro, they're just bringing in so much talent. They're just bringing in so much talent, and I just feel like, uh, I really just feel like they're taking a step forward going into the
Yeah.
next season. Sorry, excuse me.
Yes. Yeah, I agree.
Well, they gotta have pre games. I appreciate you, Jesse. Thank you for stopping in, man. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you, brother. But hit they don't have pre games yet. They got to start having pre games for us to be able to market the pre games. Now, if they have preseason games, you know what I mean, then we'll be good to
Oh,
go with that.
go, baby, go. Sorry, man. I get into these games even while I'm doing my show, man. Breakers in Memphis just kicked off, y'all. This one is big, so y'all need to tune into this one because there's a lot of playoff implications for this game, man. This game. Where's Perp at? Perp's a
Yeah,
Breakers
definitely.
fan, right?
Yeah, this game's about to start. We got a double header today, guys. So get ready for that.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, and we're not done. We still got some NFL news. Don't think we're going anywhere.
Oh, yeah, man. Shit,
I
no.
don't know what y'all thought. First special guest on the show. Yeah,
Let's
we're
go,
gonna be
man.
here for a minute. But yeah, that XFL combine is happening on July 25th through the 27th. So Tuesday the 25th through Thursday the 27th at Choctaw Stadium in Arlington, or Choctaw, excuse me. But
Choctaw.
bro, it's gonna be great. It's gonna be great for the XFL. And the only reason why they can't have preseason games, bro, is because of the playoffs, the NFL playoffs, and then the Super Bowl. You know what
Yeah.
I mean?
Then it looks
So
like you're trying to compete, and
yeah,
that ain't happening. That ain't happening. Yeah.
my thing is competing with the NFL is a bad idea. Don't do that. You know what I mean? Starting right after the Super Bowl though, smart. You know what I mean? Because
Yeah.
your players get to have mini camp. You know what I mean? Their whole off season. I think they should have their off season start like a couple months before the season. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? have the
You know,
draft.
it wouldn't be a bad idea for them though to like incorporate like scrimmages with maybe like the local state college teams or something like that, because that's another way they can pull in some of these college fans. You know what I
True,
mean? At least if
true.
not preseason games, maybe just do some actual scrimmages that you could stream online or something like that. You know, I think that
Yeah.
would be kind of cool to watch.
Or during college's spring ball games.
Yeah, yeah, man.
You know what I mean? You can have some of these teams, you know,
Next slam
scrimmage
ball.
these college teams out there.
Means XFL needs to
He's a
become the
slam
next
ball.
slam ball.
I do miss slam ball though. It was lit. I miss slam ball. I can't lie. But no, honestly, with them having a combine and just doing so much in June and July, I think it sets them up for a pretty good draft and having a draft maybe around September. You know what I mean? And
Yeah,
then starting
yeah,
their off season, really like their training camps and mini camps in October. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Prime during the
yeah.
middle of the NFL season. You know what I mean? Leading into the playoffs. So
Makes
that
sense.
way they get ready for the season. And now that they're going into a second season, I think the XFL players can actually get a full mini camp this year. So it's going to be
Yeah.
good for them. They'll start the season off more gelled. You know what I mean? We won't see the sloppy games like we did this season. You know what I mean?
What do you see?
I really think that'll help.
Do you see games on the schedule being added anytime soon? Like an extended season, I guess, or you think they'll stay where they're at
I
for
think
both leagues right now?
I think right now, honestly, the XFL is going to stay where they're at. I think the USFL might look to do something next season because all that registration trademark they're doing, registration of trademarks and registration of the logos and all that they're doing. They're possibly looking to expand next season, which I don't know how they're gonna do all that, but whatever they're trying to do, I think they're trying to go a whole nother direction. But for the XFL, I think they're gonna keep the 10 game schedule for right now until they find those local markets that they want to bring expansion teams into. And then when we
Yeah,
get the expansion teams in the league, I think that's when we'll get more games. You know what I mean? I think that's
yeah,
when the XFL season will start to get longer,
yeah,
in my
yeah.
personal opinion.
I could see that. You know, I think if either one of these teams were to add games on, it would be the opposite though. Whereas XFL would have to extend it at the end of their season, whereas USFL would probably have to start
Yeah.
earlier because you don't. Neither one of these teams wants to cut into NFL time. You know, and USFL ends right as training camps
But
kicking in.
but that's the thing. Training camp ain't on TV.
True, true. But
You
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 know
feel
the
me?
NFL wants
Training
the
camp's not on
attention though.
TV.
Yeah,
But training camp's not on TV. Nobody's going to training camp and filming this shit. Excuse my
right.
language. Nobody's going to training camp and filming it. So now if the XFL or excuse me the USFL can start their season a little later to where it ends right before August when the NFL preseason starts and the college football season starts, prime.
The
We get
only
year round football.
the only issue I see with the USFL doing that is that part of what they're trying to do, both of these leagues, is bring these guys in as another opportunity to go to the NFL. That's the way they're getting these guys. And if they're telling them,
Yeah.
well, by the time our season ends, it's going to be too late for you to get into anybody's training camp. That's why I would think for USFL, it would have to start sooner rather than later, rather than extending the back end of
Okay.
their season. I think it would have to start maybe like if they added, let's say, if they went to a 12 game format, I think it would have to start two weeks earlier. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get it, but look at it this way: XFL starts 1 week after the Super Bowl, right?
Right?
Let's say the USFL starts 1 week after the XFL championship game. Lead them right into ending their season a week or two before the college regular season starts and the NFL preseason starts. You get what I mean? Now we get our year
Yeah.
round football. I don't give a damn about those attention that they need for training camps. You're still going to get it.
Oh, they
Real
always make sure they're
honestly,
staying relevant. Yeah.
Monday through
Yeah. I
Friday,
mean,
you're not
look
going to
at
get it.
Do you remember, for example, look at the schedule release back in the day? A few years ago, it was just like, oh yeah, they dropped a date. We'll wait for it then. Now it's like you've got hype videos coming up that lead up to the whole thing. Like the NFL
A
is
whole
like they're an
presentation.
attention whore. Yeah, they're the
Yep.
attention whore. They are. They
So
want to
my
make
thing
sure
is,
that they
if
are on everybody's minds all year round. That's the way the
yeah,
NFL looks at it, man.
and I
But the,
feel that's pointless, but whatever.
yeah, yeah, I'm not
But
real big on the hype videos and stuff before the schedule. I'm like, just give me the damn schedule
yeah, I could
already.
care less about it. I want to
Damn
see
about all
my
that.
team, yeah,
That's
schedule,
it.
and I'm cool with that. You know what I mean? I'm fine with my team schedule, and that's all I need. You know what I mean? I don't care about anything else. I don't need the hype video. I don't need a whole Sports Center presentation
Yeah, they
of the
they
schedule
leak
being
they
put out
leak
and them
certain
going over.
games here and there.
Yeah, I don't care about none of that. All right.
Yeah,
I
yeah, I'm
feel
with you.
if
I'm
you
with
give
you on
us
that.
year-round football, it'll make all leagues equally successful. The NFL
Yes,
was to continue to be successful, and they'll continue to do what they're doing and be on top as the major league. But the USFL and the XFL will have success as well for this as a spring league, and it'll give the NFL opportunity to see the players that they passed up on
talent pool.
previously
Yeah,
in a whole nother leg. You know what I mean? They're going to look at them in a whole nother light now if they have success in these spring leagues.
yeah, you
So
get a
why
whole
not
other
help these
talent
spring
pool other than college football. You
leagues?
know, I mean, how many of these teams can appreciate bringing in a player who excelled in the XFL, who's already in playing shape and who's already got the football gaming experience. He's
Exactly.
already been out there. He's not coming fresh from college. And you can get him on the cheap for the first year or two. I mean, look at
And he's
Cavante Turpin.
coachable.
Yes, and
And
he's
he's
coachable.
coachable.
And a
He's
lot of these
coachable.
guys are already playing in a pro style game in these spring leagues,
Yep.
USFL in particular. So it's perfect. It is perfect for the NFL as a talent pool. I
It
think it
really
is.
is.
Yeah.
So the NFL really needs to help
Oh,
market
fuck.
the market these teams as well. I think they need to or market these leagues as well and help the success of the fan base and just the popularity of these leagues in general. I just feel
Man,
like the NFL needs to give a
Memphis just
push.
fumbled the opening drive. So it looks like Breakers are getting the ball in pretty good position, man. Defense created a
Yeah.
fumble.
Breakers got the ball.
Not bad.
Games on
Oh,
NBC, guys. Memphis Breakers
yeah.
game or Memphis Show hosting the Breakers, y'all.
Big game, big
But
game.
yeah, it is a big game. It's a huge game in the South Division for these guys. So we'll see how it happens, man. We'll see how it plays out. But now we're going to shift over to some NFL news. Speaking of, um,
Speaking of the NFL,
man, the Vikings, Minnesota Vikings, have released Dalvin Cook. That's huge.
yeah, yeah.
With Dalvin being on the market now, any team that picks him up, and Gabe, I don't know if you agree with me on this or not, but no fan mail today unless I'm on Discord. I don't know if we got any fan mail today, actually, bro. Oh,
Damn, that Memphis defense
okay.
stepping up, man.
Okay, we do got some fan mail. Okay,
Got some
so
fan mail.
yes, we gonna hit off this fan mail from my man Gabe. All right, so fan mail comes from our boy Hitting.
All right.
Question one: when it shows 5-0 or 2-2, is that for how many games they won so far in the season? Yes, that is their
The
record.
the 5-0.
Yeah,
Is
if
that
it's like
okay?
five and
Yeah,
zero,
and then you're looking at like a two and that the division record is also on the standings. If that's if I'm understanding that right.
yeah. So you're gonna see their season record and then their division record. That's the
Yeah.
second set of numbers you'll see. So if it says like for
And I
last
think
week.
actually on the
Let's just say New
USFL
Orleans, for
one,
example.
yeah,
Yeah, let's just say New Orleans, for example, last week. They were 4-3 for the season, but in division games, they were 2-2. So that's why you would see 4-3 next to their name, as well as 2-2 followed by it.
yeah. And if you look at like at the USFL app, for example, when you look at their standings, they actually have a whole thing like where it's got their total win loss record, but then it also has their home record, their away record, and then the division record. So it's a couple of different things that it gives you on there when you know
Yeah,
just usually on the
and they
header of the standings it'll tell you.
and they also have their if they're on a winning streak or a losing streak as well.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So you could definitely check that out. Um, all right, hit second question is why does it take so long for teams to score? Yo, it's a funny question, but it's a question that we can actually answer. I'm gonna keep it 100. It's a
Yeah.
question that we could definitely answer. Um, Gabe, go ahead.
You know where I saw that? Well, you know where I saw that a lot this year was in the XFL. In the XFL, I saw it a lot, man, and it was frustrating as hell because like you would see a blowout happening, and all of a sudden in the fourth quarter, man, it gets close because it takes the team 3 damn quarters to figure out how to
Mhm.
put the damn ball in the end zone. And I've seen it a few times this year in the USFL too. I ain't gonna lie. Um, I mean, there's a couple of different things you can attribute to that one from preparation, game planning. You know, a lot of times people like to say it's like two boxers filling each other out early, which to me it's a horrible comparison. You know what I mean? Because these teams prepare for each other all week long. It's about making adjustments, man. And some teams are just better at adjusting earlier in the game than other teams, other staffs, should I say, coaching staffs. So a lot of times it takes some of these teams a few quarters, I guess, to kind of make the adjustments and figure out what's going to work for them on offense for that game. And that's pretty much the best way I see it. What about you, Jersey?
Well put. I look at it the same way. You know what I mean? Game planning is key, especially when you're planning for a specific team. Now, if you know that okay, this defense plays a certain style and they're good at being able to switch up their defensive schemes in the middle of the game, then you have to prepare for that. And if you don't go in there with the right game plan, then
Yeah.
it's going to take a while for you to score because now you're going to have to catch on to what the defense is doing. You're going to have to try and catch on to what type of schemes they're showing you, so that way you get a more intelligent feel of what to do next, because it's all
Yeah.
about your intelligence when it comes to your coach as well. Because if your coaches aren't intelligent, there ain't no damn point. You know what I mean? Like
Uh huh.
you're not gonna have no success. So it really comes down to game planning. It really comes down to your football IQ. It really comes down to your coaching staff and what they have the team prepared to do going into the game. For me, also the players. If the players don't go in there mentally ready to score points on offense and team on defense, there's no success. So it's going to take a while for the teams to score. And I like you, I've seen it a few times in the XFL and I've seen it a few times in the USFL where teams just took a minute to get going. You know what I mean? And it was just frustrating
Yeah.
to see too as a fan of football. It's like, come on, let's get some points on the board. But it also showed that there was good defenses. Let's put it
Yeah.
that way
Well, I
too.
mean,
You know what I
yes,
mean? Because
I was just thinking that, man, because like with New Orleans, for example, man, you know, last week, week before, 2 drives early in the game. They drove the ball downfield, turned the ball over. Defense created a
mhm,
turnover in the red zone, so you're not seeing those points on the board for 2 drives early in the first quarter that could have been there. But like you said, when defense, you know, defense never stops playing until that drive is done.
yep,
You know,
they
so
don't stop till that whistle blows.
exactly, exactly, man.
and
That's what
and
I love
and that
about the
fourth
NFL.
down is when it's fourth down and they're not going for it. That's when you know what I mean. That's when the defense knows they done their job for that series. Let's get off the field. Let's take a break. Let's come back out. Do it again. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
That's just how it goes,
that's it.
man.
That's it. That's
Most
it, man.
definitely. So, Last question from Hit. Oh, what are your hopes for any of the football leagues? That's a good question. That's a very
Yeah.
good. Take it away, Gabe.
For me, it goes back to Jersey, what you said earlier. Letting these there is believe it or not, there is a future where all three of the leagues, the big dog, the NFL, and the two spring leagues can coexist. There is. It's just a matter of everything, everybody marketing everything right, the timing of their games, everything like that. Nobody trying to compete with the NFL, because if the NFL starts to feel threatened, they'll just run both leagues out. That's the way it is. That's
Yep.
that's what killed the USFL way back in the 80s, is that they tried to play their season in the fall. That ain't happening. So I think what I'm hoping for is that the spring leagues can continue to thrive and stay where they're at. Give us year-round football. Give us springtime football. Cater to the players that are coming up out of college that don't get drafted, and to the guys that are trying to get back into the NFL. Cater to the casual fan as well as the hardcore fan, and just allow the NFL to continue to be the big dog. And I guarantee you, if you don't threaten the NFL, they'll help you out. They'll help you out. I mean, look at what they're doing with the XFL right now. They got a small partnership going. So I think that's what I want. I'm hoping that all three leagues can thrive together. The NFL is going to thrive with or without the spring league, but I do think the spring leagues need the NFL to at least not try to hurt them, I guess, in order for them to thrive. Because if the NFL decides that these spring leagues don't need to exist, it's going to happen. They're going to go away. And as long as you don't threaten the NFL, the spring leagues can thrive, and that's what I want to see. I want to see all three leagues coexisting.
Exactly. And for me, honestly, I'll keep it 100. I feel the same way. Don't threaten the NFL whatsoever. Let the NFL continue to be the NFL number one top dog. Let that be. Play your part. Like you said, with the partnership that the NFL and the XFL has right now, the XFL and the NFL have agreed to basically allow the NFL to adopt the rule changes if they feel that they're successful in the XFL. They're gonna look to adopt the rule changes in the future. So with that agreement being already put in place, that partnership with the XFL and the NFL just shows the XFL knows its place. We're going to be a spring league. We're not going to compete with the XFL. We're just going to help produce players that are looking to go to the NFL, or excuse me, not going to compete with the NFL. We're going to produce players that are looking to go to the next level and go to the NFL and not try and be a juggernaut force against the NFL. Just play our part. You know what I mean? We'll be Robin to their Batman. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's what I respect about the XFL. And I think the USFL had, like you said, learned that in the hard way with the 1980s version. And they were competing directly with the NFL in the fall, and it just wasn't successful. So I feel if they just play their parts and they just allow the NFL to continue to thrive and be the big dog, and they allow themselves to just successfully thrive slowly but surely, then I feel that the have their place in football in general, and they'll give us year-round football like we all want.
Yeah.
So
And you
I
know
just
what?
that's how I
Just
feel.
real quick, one thing that I would like to see in terms of like one league do, at least to explore. And I want to know your thoughts on this real quick, Jersey. See, I don't know if you agree or not, but I would love to see the NFL explore the XFL's overtime format. I loved the XFL's
Yeah.
overtime format because it made you feel like it was now or never. Each one of those three
Yep.
plays they get, it's like the game is on the line. And I
And it's
loved
like
it, man.
college. It's kind of like
Yeah,
college. You know what I mean? It gives you that college feel.
yeah,
I love that. And I think that is one thing that the NFL should look to do with their overtime is change it to the XFL style, man. That shit's
yeah.
lit.
And I'm of the
Even
thinking that I
I think
like the
another
way
thing
the
they should
XFL
add
did things.
too.
Go ahead, bro. Go ahead.
Yeah, no, you're good. You're good. You're absolutely right though. A lot of the rule changes that the XFL has made, like the 3-point conversion, man. If the NFL adopts the 3-point conversion, man, it's gonna make the NFL games. Do you know what I mean?
You know,
I ain't even
I
gonna
do
lie.
like the way the USFL does it a little bit better though, because I like the way the USFL offers the 3 point and the 2 point, but they also offer the kick for the one
Yeah,
point. I still like having that 1 point kick as an option, but I know but I do agree with that 3 point thing. Just changed everything for the XFL this year, man.
yeah,
It was so
it
dope.
did,
It was
man.
so dope.
And I agree. I like the USFL style with keeping the kick point after try, but I just it's just something about that that 1 point conversion. You know what I mean? And the 2 yard line, that's a tough 2 yards. You know what I mean? That's a
Yeah,
tough 2 yards to get. You know what I mean? So I just feel like with some of these with some of these defenses, it's like we dare you.
yeah, yeah,
Now,
yeah.
if they
Pretty
give
much.
them the
Yeah,
option, hey, how about this? Give them the option. You can do a 1 point kick or a 1 point try.
yeah, yeah. That's
They could
another
adopt
option.
that.
And
You know what
I
I mean?
liked what the XFL see. Like I'm of the frame of mind that I liked what the XFL did with a lot of their different gimmick rule changes and stuff. Some of it
Hmm.
I'm like, no, leave it just for the XFL, and I'll enjoy it there. But there's a
Right.
couple of things like I liked it with their kickoff thing, and I liked the
Yeah.
overtime. Those are probably the two things that I really would love to see the NFL explore a little bit. But everything else, I'm like, nah, let it be original to the XFL with this rule or that rule, and same with USFL. But
Yeah.
there are a few things that I'm like, I'd like to see the NFL look into this, you know.
I feel you. I definitely feel you on that. I definitely feel you on that. I think that the kickoff is one thing I really, 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 really like. I think that'll be huge in the NFL.
Oh, same here. I agree. I agree. Oh, there we go. West Hills touchdown.
Let's go.
Yeah,
New Orleans Breakers
yeah,
on the board first.
yeah,
But yeah, I think that's one thing that they could really adopt is the kickoff. That'll be dope. You know what I mean?
yeah,
That'll
yeah.
definitely be dope.
I like the way
That's
they
one
did
thing.
it because it demands a return, but it also
Yeah.
limits the impact for injuries, man. So I dig it. It's like you've got that front
Yep.
wall of
That's my
blockers.
main thing
And
too.
it's funny
Safety.
because
The safety. Yeah.
it's easy to say all you got to do is break through that first line and you're gone. But when you saw the XFL, it's not so easy to break through that first line on the
But
kickoff,
it's
man. So
easy.
I dig it.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
not. That's that thing. It's not easy at all. So you got to look at it that way. It's just going to bring more fun to the game of the NFL again, and again, safety. You know what I mean? Plus, we'll actually get returns. You know what I mean? We'll get more
Yes.
returns.
Yes.
So I
I
think
mean,
that's
let's
one
be
thing they
honest, man.
definitely should
What
adopt.
the kickoff return for a touchdown is, because it's so rare, is one of the most exciting plays in football.
Yeah,
It really is, man,
it
because it's a
definitely is.
rarity. And when you see your guy break into that next level, you see the energy and the crowd goes up. Or if you're watching at home, your energy goes
Yep.
up like, oh, I can be watching
Yep.
a game where it's not even my team. I'm just seeing two
No
teams. And if a dude
lie.
breaks one, I'm standing up, man. I'm
No
like,
lie. No
damn, he's
lie.
gone.
It's just
It's just a different level of
I'm
excitement.
excited. Exactly. Just that excitement. That excitement just comes no matter
Yeah.
what. You're gonna feel that excitement every time, and don't matter if it's your team or the other team. Because even it may not even be excitement if it's the other team. You're gonna be like, you're gonna jump up like, are you serious? Like, come
Yeah, yeah,
on,
yeah,
nobody can get
yeah.
this, man.
You're like, we just scored a damn
So you
touchdown,
know
and
what
you're
I mean.
gonna
You
give
got that
up a
effect as
99-yard
well.
return. Yeah, man. Yeah, it works both
Exactly,
ways.
bro.
It
So
works
you
both
know what I
ways.
mean. You get both reactions.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly. You get both reactions out of it. So, like, I love the kickoff, man. But that's your fan mail for today. Now,
Appreciate
I
you hit.
appreciate you hit. Thank you for the fan mail today. Definitely. But now let's get into some NFL, man. Like I said, Dalvin Cook released from the Minnesota Vikings the other day. This is huge for
Mhm.
teams out there looking running back because Cook. Now, in my opinion, Dalvin Cook is a diverse running back. He
Very
going
well balanced. Mhm.
yeah, he's going to run between the numbers. He's got north and south. He can go sideline to sideline. He can go out
Can pass block.
and line up as a
Yeah.
receiver. You know what I mean? He could block. He could pass block. You know what I mean? Heck, you can give another running back the ball and or do a fake jet sweep end around toss whatever to where you fake a toss to him and really give a jet sweep handoff to, let's say, Justin Jefferson when he was on Minnesota. You know what I mean? And now he's out there blocking. He's
Yeah.
the lead blocker. Plus, or the, you know what I mean? So you get a diverse player when they pick up whoever picks up Dalvin Cook as player, and I think that he's in the top 10. I can't say he's a top 5
Yeah.
NFL running back right now,
I think as a
but
couple of years ago, I think maybe about 2 years ago, I had him in my top three. Um, was
yeah,
a couple of years ago when he almost had 1,600 yards that year. He was definitely among the top three running backs in the league at that time.
definitely,
Um,
definitely. That's one I can definitely say was for sure a winner.
yeah,
um, he he literally, y'all, almost rushed for 1,600 yards in a season, just rushing.
yeah,
That's not all purpose. That's not his receiving yards. You know what I mean?
damn, and I think he
So
had like 16 touchdowns that year too, something like
yeah,
that, man.
he
So
he he was
yeah,
he, he was out there beasting, man. But recently, they've been looking more at a passing game to run it. Like their passing
and
to
I
running
think they like what
ratio
they have in
is,
Madison.
yeah, and their passing to rushing ratio is more passing, less rushing. You know what I mean? And they're not looking so much to Dalvin that
They're
much
they're
anymore. And I
trying to
think
they're
that's why they
trying to make
released
sure
him.
that they keep the best receiver in the game happy. Well, arguably the best
Yep.
receiver in the game, but they want to keep Jefferson happy, so they're going to feed him. They will make him the focal point.
Yeah.
They will.
And and if they want to pay him and they have to give up somebody like Dalvin Cook, which I feel it was a bad move for Minnesota.
Yeah,
I
it
mean, I
was
know
right.
they like Madison and all that, but
I
Madison's not better than
Yeah, and
Dalvin.
I'm with you on that. I don't like the move, especially being that these guys just won their division, so it's not like they're a team that's in rebuilding mode. So I know Madison, every time that he's had to kind of step in, he produces pretty well. But I still don't know if he's going to be a guy that's going to carry your running game for a whole season the way Cook does. I mean, I
Exactly.
don't know if he's as well balanced. You're not going to get as what you got out of Cook out of the passing game from Madison, that's for sure. So I'm with you on that. I don't like the
I
move
don't
for
either.
them, but it is what it
And
is, man. And
even in the
now
pass block,
time, yeah, yeah,
even in pass
exactly.
block, I don't think he's as good of a pass blocker as Breaker
Oh,
score again.
oh,
Oh my
baby.
goodness.
Yeah, that's what I am
Let's
talking
go. Look,
about,
your
man.
team's over here
Breakers,
dominating.
Breakers defense came to play today, man. I'm
Look, they
telling you,
want
bro.
that second spot in the South. They want that
Yeah, man.
second spot, boy.
Who was
But
that? Oh man,
I just feel that they they
damn. Was
they
that Diggs?
they made a choice. I'm sorry, they made a bad
Yeah,
Dalvin Cook go, and
and he's not going to be on the market for long
but
either. He's not going to be a market for long.
no, he's not. But I don't think he's gonna be that almost 1,600-yard rusher again.
No, no, he's
Just
oh that was
I
Diggs.
don't think he will be.
No, I'm with
So
you. I think that's why like they're talking about Miami. I know they have a kind of
yeah,
crowded running back room, but that might be a good fit for him, to be honest, because he's not
it
going to be
could.
carrying the whole load. You got
He's
Mostert
not going to be
there.
carrying much of a load.
Yeah.
They've got a whole lineup of running backs.
You got Jeff
So
Wilson
you're going to be
Jr.
like that vet that comes in and just, you know, helps these guys along type of thing.
Yeah.
It's like they're
Now
looking at him like he's
the question is though, is somebody going to want to pay him RB1 money to be that? You know what I'm saying? That's another question right there.
that's the
Like,
thing.
like if you're not going to be handling the workload as an RB1, why are we going to pay you like
Why
you
get
are?
RB1 money?
Unless you're Miami,
Exactly.
unless you're a team like Miami who's saying we're trying to win now. You know. No
Mm-hmm.
long-term
So
thing.
he
We're
would
trying
come
to
in as
win now. So
RB1.
yeah, we will pay.
I think that if they
Yeah,
pay him RB1 money, he's going to come in RB1. I
I
think they're going
agree.
to put him
Yeah,
as a starter off the rip, you know what I mean? And that'll be the reason why they sign him, because they
yeah.
want that. They need that. And I think it'll be a perfect fit for Miami. You know what I'm saying? I really
It
do. I
will,
think it'll be a perfect fit.
especially because you're getting a running back that can actually help Tua. You know what I mean? This is a guy
Yeah.
that can be a threat on the ground and in the pass game and pass blocking. And what they're trying to do is keep Tua healthy this year, through the whole year. So I
Yep.
agree. I think it makes a lot of sense for Miami. But don't don't be surprised if somebody else comes and makes an offer too. They talked about the Broncos because they don't know if Javonte Williams is going to be ready to go in week 1. We don't know yet. So
Right.
there's a couple of teams, Buffalo. We talked about that one, me and you, and I don't know if I see that. I don't know if I see him trying to take carries away from his brother. You know what I mean? I don't
Yeah.
know if I
I
see
don't
that.
see it either. I see him going to somewhere like you said, Denver, possibly Miami, uh, maybe even New England.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Um,
yeah.
I
Since
could also
Damian
see
Harris ain't there no
Cleveland.
more. Yeah, I could see him. I could see
Yeah,
him
I could
in
also
New
see
England
Cleveland.
splitting carries with who was the Stevenson they got there. So, well, now who
Yeah,
else did you say? I'm sorry.
Cleveland.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Because Kareem Hunt, he ain't there no more, is he? Is he still there behind Nick Chubb? I don't think
He
Kareem
needs
Hunt's
some
there no
help.
more. Yeah. Yeah, I
I
agree.
don't think Kareem
I
Hunt's there
agree.
anymore. I think Kareem Hunt's gone, I believe. But even if he isn't, they all need help.
Yeah.
They need another diverse
Now
running back.
the thing
Why not?
about Cleveland though, man, the thing about Cleveland is I think it's either or if they go after Cook or D Hop. I don't think they can afford both of them.
I see now. I wouldn't even. You said my last week fan mail was about paying the players. Yeah, you got it exactly. Hit. You got to pay these players their worth, man. And I feel that if you get rid of Kareem Hunt, right? Boom, get him out of there. Dalvin Cook, Nick Chubb, two-headed monster. You
Oh,
can't beat it. But
nasty, nasty.
Cleveland screwed themselves by paying Watson all that money. So they might not have enough cap. They might not have enough money to be able to pay these players. But if he goes to somewhere like Cleveland, you wouldn't get RB1 money. So they may be able to,
No,
but
no,
the
because
problem is trying
because
to.
it's clear that
It's
Nick
not going
Chubb
to
is the
happen.
guy there.
It's not going to happen. Yeah, Nick Chubb is
And
that
see,
guy.
I think the
And
D Hop,
if
I
anything, you
think the
can't get
D
rid.
Hop thing, the
I
Cleveland would
guess you
make
can't
too
get
much
rid
sense.
of Kareem. Yeah, I
Yeah,
guess you can't get rid of
yeah.
Kareem Hunt either. So it's just where would he go? Miami looks like the best fit, or like we said, possibly New England.
I think New England or
You know what I
Denver.
mean?
Yeah, I think those are the three
Or even
teams.
Denver. Yeah,
Those are
I think.
probably the three teams I think that make the most sense for him.
Yeah, I think so too. Because
And he can help them, and he can help them because all three of them can actually, he can actually help all three of those teams win now,
yeah,
like
he can.
postseason now.
He
You
can,
know,
especially with the right line, the right offensive line.
yeah,
Yeah, definitely. You know what I mean? So there just needs to be a team out there that really needs him, but it fits. You know what I mean? If it fits,
yeah,
perfect. It's going to be a successful team. You know what I mean? They're going to be in a win now situation, and it's going to set them up for success wherever he lands. But we just got to see where he goes. Definitely got to
yeah.
see where he goes. Now, speaking of D Hop, since you said something about this guy, um, he's going to visit the Titans tomorrow on Sunday, and next week he's going to go see the Patriots. Speaking of the Patriots,
Oh,
where do you think is a better fit between those two teams, man?
those two, I mean, New England. I mean, it makes all the sense in the world to me because, I mean, one, you got a guy like Belichick. He's a veteran. He's coming in, so he's coachable. He can
Mm-hmm.
do it all. He's a possession receiver. His routes are clean. You give this guy, they're trying to find out now what they have in Mac Jones, but Mac Jones has never had a legit wide receiver one that scares anybody. D Hop right now he still
Right.
scares people. So
Yep.
You want to find out what they have in Mac Jones, and you want to try to compete in that loaded division this year. It just makes all the
Yeah.
sense in the world for me for him to end up in New England. It really does, because he will be the focal point of that offense. They've got a strong running game. The defense is there, and now you get a chance to see what Mac Jones has with an actual playmaker, and it's going to give you an opportunity to compete with the rest of the division. So
On
I
top
think
of
that's the one that makes the most sense to me.
the fact that they just got Juju Smith-Schuster.
Yes, yes. I mean, yeah. Thank you. I hadn't even thought about Juju being there with him. It would just make
You
so much
give
sense.
mac and cheese. You give mac and cheese Juju. He's set
Yeah.
success. He gonna give you some
You got
creamy,
Ramondre Stevenson
cheesy
running the
mac
ball.
and cheese Jones play. Exactly.
Yeah, yeah,
Hey,
yeah. I'm with that. I totally agree. I totally agree. I think at some point though, I think D Hop has to decide. He's talking about that he wants kind of Odell Beckham type money at 15
yeah,
million a year, but that he's also talking about, well, I want to go to a contender, but I also want a long-term deal. To be honest, if you're going to go to a contender, if it's not New England trying to contend in that division, then I don't know if an actual Super Bowl contender this year is going to want to pay him long term, because the
yeah,
Super Bowl contenders right now that they've got their long term guys in place right now. If they're bringing in D Hop, it's to say we're trying to win now, so we're signing you for
right,
1 or 2 years.
right.
And that's it.
And that's why Jerry already made a statement. More than likely, we're not even going to be looking at D Hop to join. Not paying him all that money for what?
Yeah,
We got all this money out there now anyway,
exactly.
so that's not going to happen. Like you said, with New England, that would be the perfect fit. I feel the Titans is not a good situation because who the hell is going to be
No,
throwing the ball to him?
thank you, man. I had to tell somebody that this week. I'm like, really? You're gonna bring in D Hop and think that Tannehill there is gonna all of a sudden become like a
Oh wow,
4,500 yard, 5,000 yard passer? It's not gonna happen.
exactly. Because Tannehill is
It's
not going
not.
to get the job done.
Plus, that whole offense. I'm sorry, but Vrabel, he doesn't pass the ball. If he can hand the ball to Derrick Henry every single play, it would happen. He
Right.
would do that. He would do
But
that.
who
That
did they
whole
just
offense is
drafted
run
at
based.
quarterback? They just drafted Will
Levis, Will
Levy from
Levis, Will Levis. Yeah,
Will Levy from
from
Kentucky.
Kentucky.
So
Yes.
I mean, if you got somebody like him throwing in the ball, maybe,
Yeah.
maybe.
Yeah. And
But
they got
you got to
Burt
get that
there, who's
offensive
going
line.
to be in his
You got to
second
get more
year.
targets
Yeah.
than just him.
Yes.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
I mean, this
They
is
need
a
tight. They
team
need
that
another
is
tight end.
just 2 years. What happened when they were the number one seed a couple of years ago, man? They went out in
Bro.
and since he just embarrassed them. You know
Yep.
what I mean? And so now, and then what you
One of
do, so you're
Tannehill's
going to
best
tell me
seasons.
that yes, and you're going to tell me that you got rid of AJ Brown just to pay D Hop to come in? I'm like, nah, man, it makes no sense to me.
Makes
That really
no
makes no
sense.
sense. No, at all. Like you said, there's a lot of other issues that they have to address.
Yeah.
Yes, receiver is a big one. Receiver is a big one, but right now, receiver's not going to get you to a Super Bowl.
At
This is
all.
not going to
You need to
happen,
get
man.
that
No.
defense right, and they need
Yeah.
to get a backup for Derrick Henry. I'm sorry.
Yes.
They
Yeah,
need
he's
to get
he's
a
getting
backup
there.
for Derrick Henry that can take off some of that load of his.
Yeah.
Because if you keep him fresh throughout the game, he's going to give you the performance of a lifetime every game.
Yeah.
That's just
Yeah.
my personal opinion.
I
If you
agree.
keep King Henry
Yeah, and
fresh throughout the game with a backup that can come in and take care of a load when need be, you know what I mean? Second and 5, instead of Derrick Henry picking up that other 5 yards, let that running back come in, that backup come in and get 3-4 yards. So
yeah.
boom, D Henry comes back in. They think the ball's going to come to him. That opens up a quick slant, a screen. That opens up play action, shot down the field. You know what I mean? It gives you a lot of different options when you are able to take a load off of a player like Derrick Henry, who's carrying the majority of your offensive load because you have
Yes.
no receivers, you have no tight end, you have no quarterback, and the quarterback has nobody to throw. Well, you have a quarterback, but the quarterback has nobody to throw to, and then the quarterback ain't they damn good anyways. So
Right. And I really think that if they really need to stop focusing on just running the ball all the damn time. I get it. You have Henry. I get
yeah,
it. I get it. But it's not going to help you all the time if you don't have a passing game that actually makes the defense back up a little bit. And D-Hop isn't the only answer for
Yep.
that, man. It's the whole scheme that needs to change a little bit because, like I said, if it was up to him, yeah, you know what? Let's just run the damn ball every single play. And that's not going to
Yeah.
work for you, man. It's not. It really
Yeah.
isn't.
Because, like I say it all the time, without a balanced offense, it doesn't matter how great your defense plays
Yeah.
because you still need your offense to put up points. You can't just rely on your defense to only put up points.
Yeah. And I mean, I,
You know what I
I, I
mean?
really, I really feel like somebody like Kellen Moore would have been a perfect fit if they were trying to change their whole scheme because he loves to use play action. And if you start using play action, man, with Derrick Henry, are you kidding me? They're already loading the box,
Right.
but you start implementing more
You
pass
know,
plays.
speaking of Kellen Moore, the Chargers wouldn't be a bad place for D Hop to go to.
Yeah.
With a guy
Well,
like Justin Herbert throwing you the ball,
yeah.
they
Oh,
need they
oh,
need a healthy receiver because Keenan what's his name? I keep forgetting his last name. Keenan Allen
Keenan
and
Allen.
and
Keenan Allen.
my, Keenan Allen and Michael Thompson can't stay healthy.
Mike Williams. Yeah, you're right.
Mike Williams, sorry, I said Michael
Yeah.
Thompson.
Well, and
That's
I think that was
that's the
I
Saints.
I I do think that was one of the reasons that they my when I did my show leading up to the draft, I did a show where I highlighted my top 3 receivers. My number 1 guy was Quentin Johnson out of TCU. Big body, dude is
Yeah,
massive. He's just he's just a freak of nature. So they drafted him. I think that was why. But I'm with you. I
yeah,
mean,
he is.
you bring in a guy like D Hop into that receiver room because
But
they're going to
even
throw the
still,
ball a lot anyways.
we
Eckler isn't an every down type of between the tackles.
exactly.
Eckler is going to be part of the pass game too. So they're going to pass the ball. That would be perfect. I mean, you get Hopkins there. Are you kidding me? Oh man, you put Mike Williams with his
Oh
speed
yeah,
in the slot.
the game is suspended due to lightning right now, guys. That USFL game is
Man,
currently
they're about to
suspended due to
mess this
lightning.
up, man. My boys are rolling right now. They're about to kill that
I
vibe,
know
man.
that vibe's about to be shut down, but yeah,
Yeah,
I'm putting him in a receiver room like that. Mike Williams, Keenan Allen, and now Quentin Johnson. That'll be huge.
yeah,
Another team I think he can go to, Seattle.
mm. Yeah.
They
I
just
mean, you've
picked up
got
Njigba. They just picked up Njigba. They just drafted
yeah.
DK and Jigba,
Well, you got
top, and
DK Lockett. They got
who's on the
Lockett
other
there.
side?
Tyler Lockett.
Lockett.
Yeah,
Boom. That'll be a crazy four core. That'll be a crazy four core for Gino with this new
yeah.
extension he got. You know what I mean? That will be crazy. I mean, there's a lot of places he could go, and it'll be just a great fit for a lot of quarterbacks that need receivers like Pittsburgh. Hell, he go to Pittsburgh, bro. Kenny
Yeah.
Pickett, and
And see, I
he'll have
actually
Pickens and D Hop.
yeah, I talked about that last week. I actually had fan email on mine about that. He's a Pittsburgh fan, and I could like you, I could see that making sense. I just don't know if
Yep.
Pittsburgh wants to do that. I don't know. I think Pittsburgh likes what they have in house right now.
Yeah.
I think
With
they
these
do.
young kids
Yeah,
that they got,
yeah. And then you've got Deontay Johnson there on the other side.
especially with
So
Pickens. You know, his
yes,
connection.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
I
I
get it.
mean,
I get you.
but I think it still would
And you
make a lot
can't
of
move
sense. It would make a lot of
D
sense
Hop to
though.
the slot. Yeah.
No,
It
no,
would, but you can't
no.
move
He's
D
just
Hop to the
he's
slot.
too
You would have
valuable on
to
one.
move Johnson to the slot.
Yeah,
Yeah, you move
yeah,
Johnson over to the slot,
yeah.
put D Hop on the other side. You got Pickens, Johnson, D Hop. You know what I mean? That would be a great 3 receiver core right there for him. But I mean, there's plenty of places that they could go, man, that he could go and be a good fit. Honestly, in my opinion, man, and
But
we'll just have to
I
wait and
do feel
see.
like New England's. I think New England just makes the most sense for me though. It really does.
Oh, yeah, I mean, it really does. Pair him up with Juju, Mac and Cheese, Belichick. I
Strong
mean,
run game, strong defense. In
yeah,
a
I mean,
very
you can't
loaded
beat it.
division. If they want to compete in that division, I mean, I'm like make the move. Just make the move. Depends
Yeah,
because that division's loaded, man.
they need to grab him. If they really want to
Yeah.
compete, yeah, if they need to grab him, if they really want to compete, they have to grab D Hop. That'll secure them to really be a competitive team in the division, just the AFC East itself.
Yeah.
Because you got to imagine, you don't want him to go to Miami. You know what I
No.
mean? You
Oh
don't want
hell
him to go
no.
to any other team. Like if you're New England, you don't want him to go to any other team in the AFC East. You don't want
Yeah.
him to go to the New York Jets. You don't want him to go to the Buffalo Bills, and you damn sure don't want him to go down there to Miami with Tua, Waddle, and and
Hell
and
no. Are
Tyreek
you
Hill,
kidding me?
bro. You gotta imagine if he goes down there to Miami, Tyreek's going in the slot
Yeah. Oh my God. You talk about
gladly.
mismatches all day
Glad
across the
that man
board.
will gladly go in the slot.
Yeah.
You know how many
Yeah.
people they will have for him each time they get in a passing set? Every time they're in a passing set. You know how many people eyes gonna be on
Yeah,
just Cheetah
man.
himself? And then you gotta worry about DeAndre Hopkins on one side and then Jalen Watt on the other, and you're like, oh my God. And then
You
Mike
can't double
Gesicki,
team everybody.
right? And
Yeah.
then Mike Gesicki at
Yeah.
tight end. Oh, that would be scary. That would be
Yeah, man.
scary.
Yeah.
Like
So yeah. Yeah, New England
scary
make that. They got to make that move. I think when he goes to New England for the visit this coming week, if I'm Robert Kraft, I'm like, he is not leaving.
without
He is
being
not leaving
signed.
without a deal. He's not
Yeah,
leaving without a deal.
we got to
That's
pay
the
him
way
what he
I'm
needs to be
looking at
paid.
it. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. We are not
And
letting
Robert
him
Kraft
leave.
is the guy that'll get you. He'll get you
Yeah.
there. If
And to
like
be
you got to
honest, it's
imagine
going to be all up to
players that he's
Belichick
really
because
wanted,
yeah, he's going to say. I mean, Robert Kraft has said it before about other
but
players. With
players
Belichick,
that
he's like,
Kraft
if
has
Belichick
got him.
wants him, it's going to happen. Yeah, yeah. So I think it just
But
makes a lot of
Belichick wants
sense,
him.
man. It does.
We all know Belichick would want a player like that, a big time receiver like that.
Yeah,
Why wouldn't he? Especially he's coachable.
yeah. Especially
Why wouldn't he?
yes, coachable veteran. Yes, yeah, yeah. And yeah, and he's a guy that
Like
can
you said,
help
a
your young
veteran.
quarterback.
He needs a ring. He
Yeah,
wants a ring.
yeah,
He plays like
yeah.
he wants a ring every game. That's one thing about DeAndre Hopkins. He plays like he wants a ring every game. He's been doing it since he was on the Texans,
And
since he came into the league.
Belichick will never talk about this when they bring it up, but I guarantee you, he feels that whole thing of Brady leaving and winning a ring without him.
Yeah,
You know what I
he
mean?
does.
And
That
it's
hurt.
there. It's there. Yeah, he
It
won't talk
stings.
about it. It does, man. It does. He
It
knows.
stings, boy.
It does. And he's
It's
trying to
like
do the
it's
same
like
thing.
getting stung by a hornet. It stings,
It
boy,
does,
and,
man.
and it's
And
still there.
he
You know what
gets
I?
asked
It's
about it.
still
He
there,
brushes it off, and they
and
still
he
ask
wants to
about it.
win one
They're gonna
without
keep
him.
asking about it. Yes,
Yeah.
yes. And I think D
Yep.
Hop
Until
gives
he
them
wins one without
the
him.
best chance. D Hop gives them the best chance to, I mean, forget
But
Super
you know
Bowl.
what'll
What
be
you got to
crazy?
do is worry about getting out of that division first.
Yep. You got to win that division, or at least come out of that division second and make the playoffs.
Yeah.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean? But I think one thing that may tarnish a Super Bowl ring for Belichick without Brady is that he's no longer in the league.
Yeah. Yeah.
They'll be like, "Oh, you
Yeah.
did win a championship without Brady, but he was retired. It
Yeah.
wasn't like he was still in the league playing and you beat him and this, that, and the third. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Now that would be different.
Well, I
So
mean,
I don't know.
I don't know how big that would be because Brady didn't go through like New England to win his Super Bowl with Tampa. You know what I
And you
mean?
know what? I was just about to bring that up too, though. I was just about to bring that up. Like, yeah, he didn't beat New England in a Super Bowl to solidify. Oh, I can win without you, Bill, and I can beat you
Yeah.
doing it. You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
I don't know. Like I said, it may not be a real impact at all. To be honest, you know what I mean?
I just think he wants to win that championship without Brady because he's tired of hearing about it and he just wants to get that done already, And D Hop
Yeah.
gives him the best chance to compete in that division, which you can get through that division. You're going to be battle tested once the playoffs begin, and you're going to have to be
Yep.
because whoever comes out of that division is going to be contending with teams like maybe the Browns, with the Ravens, with the Chargers, with the Chiefs. It's like so. If you want to compete with that, Belichick knows he knows that he's going to
And
have
you
to
can't
have
forget
somebody
about
like
Joe
D
Cool
Hop.
and them Bengals.
That's right. Yeah, thank you. Yes, you're right. And so
Yeah,
D Hop just makes so
man.
much sense, man.
If you
It
don't have
does.
the offense, yeah, I feel like you though. Robert Kraft and if I'm Robert Kraft and Bill Belichick, I do not let this man leave New England next week without a
Yeah,
contract at all.
I agree.
I do
Yeah.
not let that man leave New England without a jersey.
Yes. Yes. It's the same thing.
Period.
It's the same thing you do what Baltimore did with Odell. Remember, Odell was already
Yep.
scheduled to fly to New York and meet with the Jets. Baltimore said,
Mm-hmm.
we're not letting you
Nope.
leave. We're not letting you go to New
At
York.
all.
You're signing. We're going to do what we got to
You're
do.
signed.
That's what
You're
they got to
signing.
do. That's what
Which
they
how
got to
much
do.
you want?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Here you go.
And
Here you go.
that's what Robert
That's all
Kraft's
you,
got to
buddy.
do, man. They got to do that in New England. Just keep them there. Keep them there,
Yep.
and you're ready to
And
go.
and that really put a fork in what Aaron Rodgers was trying to build over there in New York too. So you know what I mean. Baltimore doing that, and if I'm like you said, if we're New England, we're not letting you out our sight, buddy. You're leaving
That's it.
here with a
That's it,
contract
man.
and a jersey, and and
I
and,
agree.
and a realtor helping you find a place
Yeah.
out here in
Yeah.
Foxborough. Because
Yeah.
yeah, you ain't going nowhere, buddy. You ain't going nowhere. You know what I mean? So yeah, I definitely agree with you on that. New England makes the most sense, man. New England makes the most sense. It puts him in a prime position to compete for a Super Bowl, to compete for a division championship, to compete for a conference championship on top of the Super Bowl. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Opportunity. So if I'm DeAndre Hopkins, I don't want to leave New England without signing a contract.
That's right. That's right. Because
You
he
know what I mean?
actually, I mean, he has the opportunity to kind of prove himself there. Not really prove himself. We don't need to prove nothing, but he will be the
Yeah.
focal point of the pass offense with Juju as a freaking nice, like you said earlier, Robin to his Batman. You know what I mean? So
Complimentary.
I mean, it just
Yeah.
fits. It fits, man. It just fits so well. It really does. It really does. And I think like it's
Yeah, it
gonna
just
help your
makes the
boy. It's gonna
perfect
help your boy
it just
Mac and
makes
Cheese,
perfect
man.
sense.
Yeah,
Yeah. Cause Mac and Cheese needs some help.
he
You know what I'm
does, man.
saying? And
Devontae Parker
Juju's
ain't
coming
that
in there
dude,
and giving them
man.
some help.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, he's
Yeah,
not. But
yeah,
Juju's gonna come in there and give him some help. Shit, Juju's like, hell, I just won a Super Bowl. I just had, one of the best in the game throwing to me.
yeah.
Now let me come over here and help this young guy.
Yep.
Let's
Yeah.
help Bill get another chip.
That's
You
it,
know what I
man.
mean? Let's go win another championship with another team.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? I'm thinking that's how Juju's looking at it.
yeah,
And then if you can get D Hop to come over there, and Juju might be, him and D Hop might be close. So he might be in his ear like, hey, bro, come play with me over here,
I
man.
agree.
You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Let's play together
straight
now.
up, man.
We might they might just have been cool and like, hey, we need to play on the same team. We'll do so much.
Yeah, yeah, man.
Yeah, I do. I ain't gonna lie. Hurt. I do think that suspensions kind of hurt the game a little bit because it takes away from the action that was going on. Like the team who had momentum, man. I think it really kind of gets them in a bad position because it kind of takes away that momentum going into
Yeah,
the game when it comes back. You know what I mean? When that delay is over and that suspension is over due to weather or whatever the case, I just feel like the team who had the momentum tend to lose the momentum, and the other
and
team comes
also,
in with
man,
the
like
momentum.
for a league like the USFL that depends solely on viewer ratings on TV, this hurts. This hurts because now people
Yep,
lose interest. Now they lose
this
interest. They're
really
like, oh, I'm
hurts.
just gonna go watch something else,
Yep,
and I'm gonna change the channel. And so
because now
yeah, yeah, this
You're playing a replay game. You know what I
yeah,
mean? You're playing a replay game
yeah,
until the suspension's over with. You know what I mean? So it takes away the interest in the game. It really does. You know what I mean?
it really
Like the
does.
thing about the XFL, what I noticed whenever there was a weather issue, they would they wouldn't even suspend anything. They would hold off on the broadcast itself. They would start the game later. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
And
yeah,
let us know on ESPN down at the bottom. You know what I mean? This game's supposed to be on, but due to weather, it won't be starting until this time. You know what I mean? Or whenever the game does start, or whenever the weather is cleared, or whatever the case, then the game will start and the presentation will come on. So you know what I mean? I think that's what really hurts especially for the USFL. Not they're depending solely, like you said, on viewership, and it's hurting them right now because people are going to other channels now and watching something
yeah,
saying.
yeah.
So That's it really does hit that. It really does hurt. But yeah, man, D Hop, you better stay in New England when you go out there, man, because I think it's just the best fit for him. You know what I mean? Him, Mac and Cheese, even Parker will get better. You know what I mean? And then
Yeah,
Juju,
yeah.
you
And
got,
to be
and
honest,
then you got Stevenson
as
in the
good as
back,
Ramondre
back.
Stevenson is running the ball, it's only going to help the
Yeah,
running game if they can get
you
D
got
Hop there.
Stevenson in the backfield. You got an
Yeah,
offensive line. You got a defense because you know Bill Belichick don't play about his defense. So,
that's right.
like you said, it's just the perfect fit for DeAndre Hopkins to go to New England, man, and really solidify himself, you know, as one of the greatest receivers of all time because he's
Yes.
one of the best
Yeah,
hands, one of the, you know what I mean?
definitely one of the best of this last generation, man. He's
Definitely,
definitely,
especially
yeah.
when it comes to his hands. That man hands is
Man, I
he
tell
can
you, I
just do
saw
some
him
crazy
play when
things,
he
man.
was
He
with
can do some
Houston.
amazing
When he was
catching
with
that
Houston a
football.
few years ago, yeah, when he was with Houston a few years ago, man, I remember watching him play Dallas, and I remember our coverage being so tight on him on every pass that he got that it was pinpoint passes because guys were all over him, but he was making these damn
Yeah,
catches. And I remember yelling at the damn TV, like, damn, what else do we got to do? You
bro,
know,
I
the
was
man
saying
just,
the
he catches
same
everything.
thing because the
He catches
coverage was
everything.
good, and he said it
Yeah.
himself. He said it. He said they was locking me down all night. He's like, them boys had good coverage on me at the end of the game. He was like, they was locking me down all night. Them boys had good coverage on me because they was asking him, how was you just making these catches? He's like, you know, my quarterback know where to put the ball
Yes.
when I got
Yes.
coverage like that. And he said, them boys were playing lockdown defense on me because of who I am or whatever the case, but they played really good defense. So I had to make these plays. I had to make those catches in order for my team to win. You know what I mean? And they came up
It's
short, of course,
frustrating as hell
at the
watching
end of the
that damn
day.
game like that, man.
Yeah. I mean, we won, but it was just frustrating to
Yeah.
watch because it was like, man, what the heck is happening next? You know what I mean? What is he going to do
Yeah.
next? You know what I mean? So I definitely feel you on that. I remember that game too. I'm sitting here screaming at the television like, man, injure this man.
Calling for a bounty and shit, man.
Something. Where's Sean Payton at? Like,
Yeah. You better send in that third string that ain't gonna see the
you know what I
field this
mean?
season, man. I'll pay your fine. Get in there.
Just one play. Just one play. We'll take the penalty and
Oh
everything.
man.
Just one play. Take them out. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, most definitely, man. Now let's shift over to some Cowboy news before we get out of here, man.
Yeah, man. Let's do
See,
it.
now this is what I loved about having you on the show. We're both Cowboy fans.
Yeah, I think I know where you're going with this.
He likes Dak. He's a fan of Dak. To me,
Yeah,
Dak's not the damn answer.
yeah. I'm a Dak guy, man. I'm a Dak. Dak's my dude. Dak is
I'm
that
gonna
dude.
let y'all listen to why he likes. Go ahead. Nah, go ahead. I gotta grab something. I'm gonna let y'all listen to
All
why
right,
he likes Dak.
all right, man. So first of all, let's just anybody that watched the Cowboys last year, they saw the difference of the offense from when you know Cooper Rush was in there. Obviously, they couldn't do as much because he can't make a lot of the throws downfield. He doesn't have a lot of the accuracy. When Dak came in, everything opened up completely. Even without when we were hurting so bad at receiver, our receivers so inconsistent. I see you hitting Dak. Cowboys are trash as a whole. Yeah, I see you taking your shots there, hit, but it's all good. So Dak has shown the ability to lead a high-powered offense. He's already shown that he's had the best offense in the league when he's in there over the last few seasons. He's shown the ability to do that. He's grown as a quarterback because of the fact that when he started off, yes, he did struggle with his downfield accuracy. Since then, he's become one of the most accurate passers downfield of 20 plus yards completions. So that's another thing right there. All right. But the other thing, everybody wants to talk about the interceptions last year. Okay. I get it. But you try to remember the dude was coming off a broken finger. Okay. On that passing hand. Receivers, at least half of those, when you go back and look at it, at least half of those interceptions were on the receiver. But I get it. I mean, you can say that about quarterbacks all for every team during the year. But let's just keep in mind that Dak has been before last season, he's been one of the best quarterbacks in terms of interception to touchdown ratio. All right. Nobody was caring about who led the league in turnovers, back when Josh Allen did it 2 years ago. All right. It's only because it was a Dallas Cowboy. And it's the most scrutinized position in sports is the quarterback of the Dallas Cowboys, just as Tony Romo. All right. So Dak is my dude.
Romo
The
was
other thing, though,
garbage.
seriously.
Romo was garbage. Romo was garbage. Don't even bring Tony Homo in this.
You know what?
Homo was
man?
garbage.
I liked Romo. But I always knew when it was going to happen. When we were in a big game, and it was like I'm sitting there, and I'm like, no, he's going to throw an interception right here. Why? Because we need this win to get in the playoffs. Yeah. So, but what I will say about Dak, man, one thing that, in all honesty, that I really love about the guy is more of who he is as a person. I mean, you hear nothing but good things from the guys who play with him. Even Randall Cobb came out and praised him this past couple weeks. They talk about the kind of leader he is. He is that field general. He's the locker room general. He is the leader of that team. The guys play hard for him. They respect him, and that's what you need when you're going to be a quarterback of a Super Bowl contending franchise, baby. What you got for me here? What you got for me, man?
All right. Hold up. All right. I love the Dallas Cowboys.
Yes, we both do. Yes, we do.
Listen, Dak Prescott is Mr. Divisional Round. Period. Yes, he is a good quarterback. I give you that. Yes, he is an accurate quarterback. Yes, he's had very good numbers when it comes to down versus turnover ratio. You all of that. But what the hell has he done in the postseason? Got us to the divisional round, and where else? Nowhere. That's what matters. I don't give a damn what you do during the regular season at all. I don't care. Because if you get us to the playoffs, this is what matters. You get what I'm saying? Dak has not shown in his 9 seasons, or going into his 9th season, he has not shown that he has what it takes to win a Super Bowl. That's what matters. We've been the laughing stock of the league for 30 years. Let's keep it real.
Well, see,
now that you've come in the league,
good enough.
Look, no, his first season, 13-3, we go to the playoffs, get to the divisional round, and what happens? We lose. And he came back in that. We were down 28-3 in that game and came back. You get what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, what happened? Our defense didn't show up. He still made a dumb decision with that interception in that game too. That was a stupid pass that he made. He shouldn't have tried to make that pass. He tried,
I won't deny that.
He shouldn't have tried to stick it in that window and try to fit that ball in that window when it was you had 2 guys on it. Come on, that was unnecessary. But that's the things that I'm trying to say about Dak Prescott. Like, he's Mr. Overthink everything. He overthinks everything, and when he does games and he puts us in situations like he did last year with all those interceptions, he's overthinking. You have not done anything to solidify yourself as a Super Bowl contending quarterback, a Super Bowl champion quarterback, an MVP of the league, or whatever the case. He ain't won an MVP yet either.
Yeah. Well, he was early on.
He ain't even been really.
He was in the conversation the year that he broke his ankle. The year he broke his ankle, he was in the conversation. But I will say this.
Yes, he was on pace.
The overthinking, we talked about that.
To have the best year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
that's my thing.
Both
like,
agree on
overthink. You try and do things that.
Yeah.
And you're trying to do things that you ain't doing. You can't do. You're not Patrick Mahomes.
I think when Dak plays his best ball is when, what I like to say, is playground ball. When you roll him out of the pocket, the guy just makes things happen, man. When he just starts playing on the fly, where he's not thinking, he's playing on instinct. That is when he is on his game. And I used to get so mad with Kellen Moore because I'm like, you're making the dude sit in the pocket. Roll him out, man. The pocket ain't working this game. Roll the dude out. Let him try to create some plays. Instead, they have him sitting back there in games where he's just looking around like a deer in headlights at times. And I get that. I totally agree with the fact that He
Yeah,
tends to
and
overthink at
he's
times.
just like fresh bait. He's fresh bait for them linemen, man. Kellen Moore put him in situations so many times to be
Yeah.
fresh bait for the linemen without, like you said, without having him roll
Now,
out, letting the receivers go out and get open. You know what I mean? If they're covered, let them go out and make plays, as well as give Dak the opportunity to, like you said, roll out and extend plays by using his feet, use his
yeah,
mobility to your advantage. And Kellen Moore really screwed us over when he didn't do that. You know what I mean? I
yeah,
think that's why, another reason why Mike McCarthy is going to be calling the plays next season. But
yeah. Now, I
I
will say
just,
this: I think that Dak
Dak,
can definitely. I think he
do
can.
better.
I think he's shown the ability that he can play because he wins ball games. Okay, he's kept the team relevant at least because we're in the playoff conversation every
True.
year that he's there. Now I get what you're saying though. I think he has shown the ability to play at a level that he can win a championship, but championship football, like you said, I get it. It comes in the postseason. It's when you prove yourself.
Yeah.
Wow. Let's try to remember though, as Cowboys fans, when we were in our remember after Aikman, that QB purgatory we were in for a while. Guys like Testaverde, we had Chad Hutchinson, Anthony Quincy Carter. Come on, man, come on. So I
Bro,
think we
that's not our
but
fault as fans. That was the dumbass front office.
yeah.
Dumbass
Now I
front
will say
office.
this. I think
Dumbass
there's
drafting.
one thing me and you can agree on though is that right now, this team right now that they have going into this year and the situation of letting McCarthy take over, and they're talking about how they're starting to simplify the offense right now in camp because they don't want Dak thinking too much. Let's see. This is the year that he's either going to make
Thinking
or
too
break
much.
the rest of Dak's career. This is going to be the year.
Exactly.
Even
Ex-
they see it. See, this is going to
he's
be the
he's
year
Mr.
that either
Overthinker.
this is going to be the year that either shuts up the haters or it's going to be the year that makes Jerry Jones finally say, okay, I see it. Or
You
he's
gotta
going to
go.
be there to say, I told you so. This is the year because they added
Yep.
Brandon Cooks. They added more to an already elite defense with Gilmore, and I think
Yep.
Cooks bringing in Cooks was what we were missing was speed. Now we got that burner there, man. So now it's like, all
Yeah.
right, Dak, there you go. You got Pollard, who's an explosive playmaker. What are you gonna do, Dak? What are you gonna do? I
Exactly.
believe in my
So
boy, Jersey. I believe in my boy.
I be- I want to
Yeah,
believe in
I
Dak.
was gonna say
I
you
want
can't
to.
say it. You can't say I believe. You're like I
I
want
want
to
to
believe.
believe in Dak because I believe in. Look,
Yeah,
I want to believe in Dak because I believe in the rest of the team. It's just Dak is not trustworthy.
yeah.
Dak's
I'll tell
not
you one thing
trustworthy,
though.
bro.
I think he's more trustworthy than
Shades of
Romo was
Romo.
because I get you know what Romo's thing was. Romo would play at a high level in the postseason, but he would throw the damn interception to cost us the damn game every single time.
Or just
What
make a
Dak's
dumb
thing is,
decision.
what Dak's thing is, man. These last 2 years, elite defense has been his kryptonite, except against the Eagles. He lit up the Eagles on Christmas Eve, which I
Yeah.
was very, very happy about. But that was the division.
Yeah.
That's a whole different thing. But these Niners, this defense, they make him think too much. Like
Yep.
they're in his head already. That's why
But they
he's
really
got to kill
don't.
that.
But they really don't. That's the thing. If all these other teams can sit here and have some type of success against the 49ers defense, we can. Dak just needs to stop thinking it. Stop going in there.
Let's see if McCarthy helps with that this year, calling the plays. We'll find out, man. But this is the year. This is the year
Man.
where you either decide if Dak's career. To be honest, his legacy, whatever it is going to be decided by this season. That's the way I look at it. That's the
Both
way I
of
look
them.
at it.
Mike McCarthy
Yeah.
and Dak Prescott.
Yes. Yeah. I agree.
Because Dak's performance and Mike McCarthy's play calling, both of those together, depending on how it goes, that could determine both of their future with this team.
Yeah.
We
Absolutely.
could not be seeing Mike McCarthy anymore, or we could not be seeing Dak Prescott, or vice versa, or
Yeah.
both of them get
Yeah.
the boot.
And like I told
So
you this before, I think this year it's more Mike McCarthy on the hot seat.
yeah,
I think as far as for Dak, this season's going to decide if he gets an extension, another extension. But if
Yeah,
he does not do it
if
this
he's
year,
worth
I think
another
they'll be
extension,
drafting a
because
quarterback next year. Yeah.
which we should have did this year. I don't care. We should have drafted a quarterback because you kept Cooper Rush. Who we got? Who else we
Yeah.
got? Will Greer. Who's
Yeah.
that guy?
See, the thing about Cooper Rush, man, is like I told people last year, that defense is what carried us through Dak's injury, to be honest.
No, it
Because
wasn't.
Cooper Rush is
No,
a
it
game
wasn't.
manager.
No,
Cooper
it
Rush is
wasn't.
a game manager.
No,
He
it
wasn't
wasn't.
lighting it
No,
up.
it wasn't.
He wasn't
That's
lighting it
what
up.
Dak needs to be. He needs to be a game manager, not
Well, that
a show. He's not. He needs to stop trying to be a showman and be a game manager and a leader. He needs to be a
and
floor.
that's
He
why
needs to be a
Kellen Moore's
field
gone.
general.
That's
He
why
needs to
Kellen
be a
Moore's gone.
field general. No,
Yes.
it wasn't Kellen Moore's
Go back.
fault.
Well, go back. No,
No.
go back and look at the offensive scheming
This is what I
during.
wanted. No.
Go back and look at
No.
the play
No.
calling
We're
with
not
Cooper
going to
Rush
Moore.
as
We're
opposed to
not
when
on
Dak
Kellen
was in
Moore.
there. Oh yeah, we are. Oh, we are. Oh, we
Cooper
are.
Rush
Go
did
back
his
and look at the play
job.
calling.
They simplified
How
it.
many yards? What was?
They
How many
simplified
yards
it
did
for
Cooper
Cooper
Rush
Rush.
throw? Thank you. Who
It
did
doesn't
that?
matter.
Kellen Moore.
It doesn't
Oh,
matter.
that was all on
Cooper
coaching.
Rush
That
went
was
in
on
there and
coaching.
did his job.
Yes, he did.
Cooper Rush went
But
in there
Dak
and did his
Prescott,
job. He didn't overthink
they
things on the field.
they
Hold
opened
on.
it. They opened it up
Up in the
immediately when
box,
Dak
yes.
came back.
On the
Yes.
sidelines, yes, they did their job.
Yes.
But on that field, Cooper Rush did his job. He made the right plays. He didn't overthink things. He made the right throws.
He did
Give
until
him
he met an
credit.
elite defense.
We're not going to blame Kellen Moore for or put the success of Cooper Rush last season on Kellen Moore. We're not.
Let me ask
I'm
you
going to
something.
give Kellen Moore his credit, yes, but Cooper Rush did his job.
Let me ask you something.
Yes,
What happened when
Eagles, because
Cooper
we
Rush
got
played
Jay
the
the other
Eagles?
side.
The Eagles had an elite defense. No. That elite defense was the same elite defense that Dak played on Christmas Eve. What happened when Cooper Rush played that Eagles elite defense? 3 interceptions. He was exposed. What happened when Dak did and that offense opened up more because Dak can throw the ball better? All of a sudden, Dak lights him up, man. 400 plus yards. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, he still had like one interception. But
Yeah.
but Jalen Hurts wasn't even in that game.
They're two different quarterbacks.
But Jalen Hurts wasn't in that game. Jalen Hurts was not.
But Dak doesn't play defense. Dak don't play defense. Dak don't play defense.
Whatever.
That Jalen Hurts don't play defense.
True.
Okay.
But
so
our defense would have had
a worse.
Our defense would have had a bigger challenge if Jalen Hurts was in that game, as well as it would have been a juggernaut football game. Let's keep it 100. That would have been a juggernaut
all game long
football game on both sides of the ball. But on both sides,
you're going to tell me you weren't
Dak.
Excited when he throws that deep ball. Remember when he threw that deep ball to T.Y. Hilton on Darius Slay? What was it, like 3rd and 33 or some shit like that? It was a dime, baby. It was a dime.
Go. I was like, hey, yo. Yes.
But I'm going to tell you, though, it's two different types of quarterbacks, man. And the offense that we have right now is built to succeed with what Dak can do as opposed to what Cooper Rush can do. But this goes back to what you said. Perhaps, yes, they should have addressed quarterback in the draft so that we're not deciding this year that Dak isn't the guy. Now we got to go and bring in a fresh rookie next year with these veterans, so I feel you on that. But I believe in my boy. And I think we'll get to that NFC Championship this year, bro.
I just don't believe in Dak. I want to believe in Dak. I just don't. I don't trust.
Make you a believer this
Dak.
year.
Let me say that.
He's gonna make it. He's gonna make it. Okay.
We'll see.
And I get you. We'll see.
Because if not, I'm putting in a petition, and we're gonna get him traded. Period. No extension.
You know what?
No, none of that.
Hey, I'm gonna tell you one thing. If my boy does not take that next step this year, I'm gonna come on your show and I'm gonna eat my crow. I'm gonna eat my crow, and I'm gonna say, you know what? Jersey, you were right all along. But I ain't going to say that until he proves me wrong. I believe in him this year because I think that we got the team now. I think everything's in place for him. So, but I'm man of my word. If it happens, I'll be on here, and I'll be on my own show saying, damn, how wrong I was. All right, man. I got you, man. So it's going to be a good year, though, man. It's going to be a good year, though, man.
If Dak Prescott does not play like a top-tier quarterback, get us to at least hell. If he gets us in an NFC Championship, I'll eat my words.
Yeah, that's
But if he
where
plays like
I'm
crap,
thinking we get.
Gabe's coming back on here and he's gonna eat his words.
I will.
Period.
I will.
Because I'm telling
I
you,
will.
I don't believe
So,
Dak's the answer. Hashtag
and I
Dak do better.
and I believe Dak is the guy. Hashtag that's my quarterback, baby. I'm going Terrell Owens up in here.
Word up, man. But real talk, it's gonna be an interesting season, man. All
Yeah,
the big
yeah,
changes in
man.
the NFL was huge this offseason. A
Yeah,
lot of
straight
teams have
up.
gotten better. A lot more teams are going to be competitive. The draft was nuts, and I just see that we're going to have a competitive season more so than some washout teams. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think that we're going to have hit. You know, I'm not paying attention to none of your trolling ass
Hashtag
comments. He's just talking so bad about
Oh
about the
man.
Cowboys, calling us the trash boy. Hey, talk about we need to go be put in peace. Oh my goodness, Dak needs to go have a boxing match with Jake Paul. Come on, he's just a hater.
But
But
Jake
no,
Paul.
man, it's gonna be a huge season this year, and the reason why I say because it's gonna be some interesting games. Holiday games are gonna be huge.
Yeah.
Gabe
Yeah.
covered it on his podcast show. Go check out the episodes, man. Definitely go follow him on Spotify. As you see, I pinned the message on YouTube. But really, man, the season's gonna be lit. The AFC East is loaded. The AFC West looking loaded again. Hell, the NFC East is looking like that division again in the NFC. So,
Yeah.
you know,
I
we'll
gotta tell
see,
you, man, I really think the NFC, like the AFC is just so loaded right now.
bro. Everywhere.
There's you can't really tell, other than the Chiefs, of course, being at the top, but everybody else, it's a jumble. When you
Yeah.
look at the NFC, you've got the Eagles, the Niners, the
You're
Cowboys,
looking
and
at
then there's everybody else. There's a big drop off after that.
yep.
After Dallas.
There's a huge
Big
drop off
drop off.
in it, and it's
Yeah.
scary. It's scary for
But
those
watch
other
out for the
NFC
Saints
teams
this year,
because
man. Watch out for New Orleans
yeah,
this year
I was
because
just
of
about to
Derek
say
Carr.
the Saints,
Yeah.
the Lions. Don't count the Lions
Yes.
out.
If the Lions, though, they got to get that defense in check. But
They
yes,
addressed it.
yes,
They addressed it in the
yeah,
draft. Remember, they addressed it in the
yeah.
draft. So y'all get ready, man. The Lions are going to be a different team. They showed it last season. They
That's
showed
why
that
it's
they
like
were
how the
becoming a
Vikings going
different
to let
team,
Dalvin Cook go, knowing that they got the Lions coming up. They just
bro.
got rid of Aaron Rodgers in the division, and now
And
they're like
then
Lions are
and
coming
then
up.
knowing that the Bears are going to get better.
Yeah,
Come
yeah,
on now. They're
yep.
trusting Justin Fields. They're building a team around Justin
They
Fields.
brought in DJ Moore. Yeah, exactly.
Exactly. They made some good draft picks. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
man.
So why would you give up Dalvin Cook, Minnesota? Give up
Yeah,
Kirk Cousins. Hell, go get you a better quarterback, a more reliable quarterback, a quarterback that when you're up 15, 21 points in the game, you ain't got to worry about nothing. You know that quarterback is going to go and cruise. You ain't going to have to
yeah,
worry
man.
about setting the record for the most fourth quarter comebacks in the
If
season.
I'm the Vikings, I'm like giving AJ McCarron a call, saying, "Hey, man, you want to come try out?"
Thank you.
You know what I'm saying? That's the way I
You know what
see
I
it,
mean?
man.
Like,
So, yeah.
hell, Jordan Ta'amu,
Yeah,
give
man.
him a shot.
Yes. Yeah.
DC Defenders quarterback. He actually did get an invite, I think, to Minnesota, actually. I think it was Minnesota that he got an invite to. So we may be actually looking at, this coming to fruition and really actually be true that,
Yeah.
a XFL quarterback being in the Minnesota Vikings locker room here this upcoming season. So
Could happen, man. It
if
could
I'm
happen.
correct, I believe Jordan Ta'amu, the D, actually has a invite and is looking to get signed by the Minnesota Vikings. I will double check that information, and if I have to, I'll go back in the comments after on the replay of the show episode, and we can, I'll let you guys know. Hey, I missaid it. It wasn't Minnesota. It was another team, but I'll just get you guys up to date on that, anyways. But yeah, man, I just think that just the divisions are going to be crazy. The NFC East is going to be that top division
Yeah.
in the
Yeah.
NFC again.
Oh,
I think
easy.
the NFC East is going to be that top division again, with the Eagles and the Cowboys. And then of course the NFC West having the 49ers. The Seahawks, I think they're going to be
Seahawks.
tough again.
Seahawks
You
could
know what I
be
mean?
tough, man.
I
Yeah.
think the NFC
Yeah.
East and NFC West are going to be two of the toughest divisions in the NFC. and the North are going to really be kind of one-sided. Maybe two
Yeah, I think a
teams
one horse race
dominated.
in
The other
each of
two
those.
teams are like, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Yeah, you know what I mean?
yeah.
So, oh, we already know. We love you too. But yeah, I just think that it's going to be really competitive in the AFC conference itself. Just every freaking conference because we can't
Oh
count out
man,
the AFC South.
every one of those divisions is
You know
every
what I
one of
mean?
those divisions
Like
of the
everybody's like, "Oh,
AFC
the
is
AFC
crazy.
South." No, you can't count out that AFC South. You got you got to pay attention to Trevor Lawrence and the Jaguars. You got to
Oh
pay
man,
attention to Houston. Houston showed their growth and that they're getting better
yes.
last year, and now they
And
got them a
as
quarterback,
long as Derrick Henry
C.J.
is in
Stroud.
Tennessee, you got to watch out for Tennessee
You
too.
got to
As
watch for
long as
Tennessee.
Derrick Henry is running that ball, you have to.
Exactly.
Yes.
And who else is in the AFC South? We got
You got Tennessee, you got
dang,
Houston. Oh, Indy.
Indianapolis.
Yeah, that depends on Jonathan
Anthony
Taylor, man, because
Richardson,
I
a
think they're going to
problem.
have. Yeah,
That
Anthony
fact they just
Richardson.
drafted,
I think he will be. I do think Anthony
gonna be a
Richardson though
problem.
is still a little bit raw, but his roof is just
Yeah.
ridiculously high. It is
And
so high.
see, listen, I was talking about this a couple episodes ago. AJ McCarron would be a perfect fit in Indianapolis. Here's why. He wants his kids to be able to watch him play. I believe he lives in St. Louis. Indianapolis is right there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He could just play, help get Anthony Richardson primed and ready for a full
Yes.
NFL
Yeah.
season. You know what I mean?
And he's
And
been there.
AJ
McCarron
McCarron be the
knows the
starter.
ins and outs of training camp in the NFL. He knows
And
what
he knows
being in
he
the
knows the
NFL
NFL.
entails.
He
Yeah. Yeah.
knows the process. So why not allow him to come in and sign him? He's an NFL vet as well as a hell. I don't care how you want to
Yeah.
put it, but let him come
Yeah.
up
Yeah.
into. You know what I mean? He gets him a nice contract
I
with
agree,
them. You don't
man.
need to pay him that much. He's hell. He's gonna be a starter, so you don't need to pay him that much. You got Anthony Richardson learning from a vet who's been in the league. You know what I mean? And you give him a shot to be a starter, and then next season, boom! Now Anthony Richardson can take over. AJ McCarron can go home.
Yeah, man.
Just
I mean,
saying.
I would dig it. I definitely
So
would dig it. Yeah, I feel you. I feel you. I
I
could
just
see
think
that.
that should be a good move for Indy to try and make because, like I said, you won't have to pay him that much.
Yeah.
You could bring him in as a QB2, QB3 pay, but put him at QB1.
While you develop Anthony Richardson to be your franchise quarterback, yeah, it makes a lot of sense, man. It really does. It really does. Because
Because
I don't think Richardson's
Anthony
quite ready,
Richardson,
but
like you
he's
said,
going to
he's
get
still
there.
raw.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Like you said, he's still raw. He's not ready fully. So he needs a vet to look up to. That's why Green Bay is confident in Jordan Love now. He sat up under Aaron
Yes.
Rodgers
Yeah.
for 3 years.
That is a great
You know what I
example.
mean?
That is a great example. Yeah.
So he's ready. They feel they trust in him. That's why they were willing to trade Aaron Rodgers. You know what I mean? They trust in Jordan Love, so they're gonna go with Jordan Love. You had 3 years to sit under Aaron Rodgers and learn.
I got to be
Period.
honest, man. Speaking of Jordan Love, I'm excited to see what this dude does, man.
I am too.
Jordan Love. Yeah.
I am
I am.
too. That Jordan Love Christian Watson connection.
Yeah.
I'm interested
Yeah.
to see how that's
Romeo
going.
Dobbs there. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, man.
I'm interested to see how that's going to go. So, like I said, it's going to be interesting. The whole NFL season this season is going to be interesting, man. And I'm
Oh
just
yeah.
excited. You know what I mean? Hope we don't get a bunch of rigged games, but
Yeah, right.
I'm just saying. Because,
Oh man.
man,
I don't
some
know,
of those
man.
games last season, bro, the 33-0 at halftime Colts game, Colts and Minnesota Vikings game, come on now.
Oh man, yeah. Yeah.
The
Yeah.
Colts don't score
How
nothing but 3 points
Colt
in the
yeah.
second
Yeah.
half and
Colts
overtime.
all of
Come
us
on now.
Colts who had the worst pass rush in the league last year, all of a sudden they're putting all kinds of pressure on oh, come on, man. Yeah, yeah, no, yeah. That
I
damn
just
game, man. Are you kidding me?
it
Ah,
I how they go up 33-0, halftime comes, they don't score no points. No, they scored 3 points. Just
yeah.
like that uh Jacksonville Jaguars Chargers playoff game.
Yes. Yeah.
Same
Yeah. You
thing.
have
And you know what's
explosive
crazy?
offense, and all of a sudden in one half, they just figured it all
Trevor
out.
Lawrence gonna say, You can't script. You can't better script. What?
That's a bad way to put it, my bro.
What did you say? You can't write a better script, bro. This
Yeah,
was
that
just like
that's
the
that.
Minnesota Indianapolis game, just like it.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
go into halftime 27-7 instead of 33-0, 27-7. Then you guys come out just blazing, and the Chargers scored 3 points, and that's it. The only difference is you don't win in overtime; you win in regulation.
yeah.
Come on, man.
Yeah, I couldn't understand it either because all of a sudden the Chargers forget that they have Austin Eckler there. You know what I'm saying? Like they were doing passes, 3-and-outs. All of a sudden, the second half, over and over. Next thing you know,
Yeah,
Jags are back in
yeah,
the game,
that's
and
what
I'm
I'm
like, "Are you
saying.
kidding me?" Yeah, yeah, yeah. It makes sense.
I
Like
couldn't.
strategy wise, it made zero sense why an NFL team would do that. You know what I mean? So I feel you on that. Yeah, I feel your suspicions. All
And
right,
then
I'll
I
put
just
it
be
that way.
watching games. Yeah, because I be watching games, man, and I watch certain ways these guys be going after tackles and how they be tripping over air. And I be like, bro, who or what was there for you to trip? Like, did you fall over, my dude? Like, my guy, what did you fall over? Like, let's keep it. What is going on, man? You know what I mean? So it's like, come on now. I be thinking like some of these games be rigged, bro. Hit said that suspension is looking pretty bad. Because or the weather's looking pretty bad. The storm that they got going out there is looking pretty bad in Memphis, man. So that game
Man,
suspension
it's
is
kind of messed up if they because man,
looking pretty long.
Breakers were up 17-0, man. I'd hate to see this kind of, you know what I mean? Like, damn.
Bro,
I
and
don't
just
know, man.
imagine if they had a home field in New Orleans.
Exactly. Exactly. They wouldn't be having this issue right now. Yeah.
They could be having
Yeah.
the game. If they were able to
Yeah.
play in the dome, they could be
Yeah.
having the game.
Man.
You know what I mean? But it's just things like this that the USFL needs to get corrected as well, man. Like they need to do
Yeah.
things like this in order to succeed. If they don't, they can't expect to go into their third season next season. They can't expect to go into the season without getting hubs
No.
not, excuse
No.
me, by relying on hubs. They need to
Yeah.
get rid of the hubs. They need to get
They
rid of the
do.
hubs and do like the XFL, have a single hub, but have these players or these teams have their own home field in their respective cities. You know
Hmm.
what I mean? And their
I
single
agree.
hub, just like the XFL needs to change, the single hub doesn't all practice at. The single hub needs to be your headquarters. Don't even call it a hub no more. Call it your headquarters. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah. HQ.
So that
Yeah.
way
I feel you.
you go and get these practice facilities for your teams. You go and get these practice fields for your teams. Get them a home field for their games. So that way they're good. They can, like we said, they can interact with the community and make sure that the fans do come to the games and they can bring the excitement to the games, and then they can worry about expanding then. But you got to get fields for these teams. You
I
got to get,
agree.
they got to, both leagues got to get out of this hub thing.
Yeah.
Like, don't get me wrong, the XFL doesn't have a problem, but I just feel that if they move the practices to, like, especially like during the season, like if they're living in the cities that they play for, you know what I mean? And they're getting ready for the game throughout the week, and we get to watch them practice and things like that, man. We'll be prepped for the game on Saturday or Sunday.
Yeah.
You ready for the game as
Yeah.
fans. So,
Builds excitement, man.
it's
Yeah.
just definitely, you know what I mean? And that's the thing that I think both leagues are missing when it comes to the advertising and the marketing strategies. They're missing that, you know, getting the fans excited. They're missing that fan excitement,
Yeah.
that whatever they can do
The
to bring it.
anticipation.
Yeah. They whatever they can do to bring that anticipation, to bring that excitement by the fans, and then that support that follows, you know what I mean? They need to target that this offseason. Both
I
spring
agree.
leagues do for sure. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Gabe, man, I want to thank you, bro. Like
Thank you,
for
brother. I
sure.
appreciate you bringing me on, man. Like
I want to
this
thank you.
was
This has
dope. This
been
was dope, man. I
yes,
dig
it's
it.
been an amazing episode today, guys. Again, before I let you get out of here, I want you to let everybody know they can follow you. Thank you for being on here and chopping it up with me and talk crazy with me and debating with me about Dak Prescott.
Yeah,
um,
yeah,
Before I
yeah.
go to, I'm gonna open up a gift too, guys. But I'm gonna let
All
Gabe
right,
go ahead and
so
let y'all know where to follow him at and everything, guys.
yeah, man. So you can find me on anywhere where you get your audio, streaming, any of the platforms. Gridiron Nation, I'm there. You can follow me on Facebook at Gridiron Nation and the number one at Gridiron Nation and the number one on Facebook. Twitter, hit up my handle at the number one Gridiron Nation at one Gridiron Nation, or shoot me an email, man, Gridiron Nation podcast at gmail.com. And you'll know that it's the right one when you find that logo right there. That's me right there. All right. So appreciate y'all, man. It's been real, bro. It's been good though, man. Entertaining as hell, man. It's always good to have somebody trolling and keep things lively, man, for real. But straight up, man. Thank you, Jersey. Appreciate you, man, for bringing me on the gridiron, bro. This we gotta do this again, but
Most
next time
definitely,
you're
bro.
coming up on my show, bro. Straight up, straight up.
Oh, definitely, man. I will definitely be coming on the show soon, so you guys look out for that. I will be a guest appearing on the Gridiron Nation podcast, and hopefully, if everything is right and set up correctly, we'll be live on
Yeah,
Spotify
I'm gonna get on
audio
that this week,
and
man.
on YouTube, on the Gridiron
Yeah.
Nation YouTube channel and the Gridiron Nation Spotify audio. So, and also, guys, from what me and Gabe are hearing, they possibly may be bringing out the live feature on Spotify, so we could do this show live on Spotify as well. So we'll keep y'all up to date. We'll be hearing
Yeah.
more of that, more about that around the 24th of this, I believe. I gotta go back and look, but because I already RSVP'd my spot to watch the live stream that they're doing, so we're gonna see what's going on with that. And again, I'm gonna be on Gabe's show soon, so you guys be ready for that. Go follow him on Gridiron Nation on all the platforms that he just explained. Google Podcasts, Spotify for podcasters. Follow him on Twitter. Follow him on Insta. Follow him on. Well, I don't know if he has an Instagram. If he doesn't, we're gonna get him one. Follow him on all the socials. Damn it! Don't even trip. We are gonna be getting up out of here, but like I said, Gabe's gonna be coming back to the show as well. So y'all get ready for that. Before we get up out of here, oh my goodness! Before we
They
get up
got
out
you
of here.
another gift, man. You spoiled as
Yeah,
hell.
I'm gonna
Check you
just
out,
open
man.
it up with you on air, bro. The hell with it. She does this. This is my wife, man.
That's
I've
love
gotten a
right there,
card and
man.
a gift every day, bro.
That's
So
dope.
let's see. Let's see what we got going on here, man. We got going on here. Her card so funny. If y'all seen the stream last night that I did, oh man, her cards were so funny. Okay, this one says someone very nice is having a birthday today, right? If you guys see that. And it says it says, so someone extremely wonderful is sending you this card. Happy birthday. Bro, I be telling you her cards are epic, man. Her cards are epic. Then of course, gotta have the rose and the balloon. Wait, what's in the rose? Oh man, her ass. Let's see what's in the rose, y'all.
Got creative with it.
She told me I had to pick up the rose all slow. She's like, pick it up slowly. Pick it up. So, see what's in here. Oh, it's wrapped on night. Ooh. Ooh. Got some gold earrings.
Damn.
Psh, okay. I see her. Look, guys, I've been doing this all week long. Okay. Oh my goodness. And I got one more day,
You
Gabe.
still got one more day.
7 days, bro. She
Ah,
don't play.
spoiled. You know what we call that down here, bro? The word is cheaply. You're cheaply. You're spoiled.
Yeah. What does this say? Happy birthday. Smoke.
Nice.
Wait. Yeah. Of course, flour.
Okay.
Let's see what we can like
Okay.
in the flour, buddies.
Yeah.
Hey, got some good old green in there, guys. Yeah, of course. Ugh. She said, unroll it like I'm unrolling a blunt and starting over. Oh, more. For real. Hey, $100 in ones. Give me that stripper,
Damn.
buddy.
I was gonna
Hey,
say
let's
that's in
go. See,
ones for
look.
a reason, man.
Straight from the bank, though. That's what I'm talking about, y'all. Look at her. Yo, my wife is the truth, man. Real
That's what's up,
talk,
man. That's
man.
what's up.
This is why I
That's
love
dope.
her. My birthday be awesome, bro. I'll
That's dope.
take that 100. Look, I'll take that 100. And look, you guys, hand me that, baby. This is crazy. This is crazy. I don't even want to. I don't even want to open it or nothing. Like you'll see what I'm talking about. Just, yeah, just hand me it because I can't. Look at this. Look at this shit, guys. Gabe, check this out, bro.
Damn. Nice.
I don't even want to wear it, bro.
Yeah.
Like I
I
don't, you know what
wouldn't
I mean?
either.
It's a collector's edition. I don't even want to wear it.
Damn. Nah, I wouldn't
Yeah,
either.
bro. Like she
I wouldn't either.
spoiled the hell
Like
out of me
that's something you want to display right there.
with the shirt.
Nice.
So I think I'm
There
just
you
gonna
go.
frame the shirt as well. You know what I mean? I think I'm just
Yeah.
gonna frame the shirt.
I got one more thing.
Oh my
Damn.
goodness,
One more thing. Cheaply.
bro. That's what I'm saying.
But you're gonna fucking love this.
Oh wow.
The
Pet
pet
mop.
mop. Ah.
Because my dog sheds. She sheds. She's a terrier and
I
chihuahua.
know the feeling, man.
And she's not really like a short hair. She's like a medium hair. Here she comes. You know what I mean? So, yeah.
There's your fur baby right there.
You see
Yeah,
the terrier from the
I got
size.
Yeah.
And then the
man.
chihuahua. But that's Nala. She's a good girl, man. She's a very, very
Ah,
respectful dog. Like she watches
I
out
love
for stuff
Nala.
and she
Yeah.
tries not to knock over things and things like that. When she jumps on the couch, she makes sure she ain't gonna knock nothing over and there's perfect space for her to hop on the couch. It's dope, man. She's an awesome dog for my wife, man. So I'm gonna get
That's what's
I'm
up.
getting a bully puppy because I can't do the big dogs with my injury. So
Okay.
I'm getting me a bully puppy. Stay small and stocky. But again, bro, thank you for being on the show, man. I really appreciate the love,
Thank you, bro.
taking time out of your day,
Bro,
man.
one love, man.
Almost 3.5 hours, man. Spending time with me, man. Yeah,
It's
it's
all
that
good,
stripper
man.
money
It was
hit.
fun. It was fun. It was fun, man.
Yes, it definitely was, and I can't wait to come on your show and have you come back on the show and guest appear again, man, in the future. So we're gonna definitely keep this Gridiron connection going, man, because it's the Gridiron
Sure.
and Gridiron Nation podcast shows. You know, we
Right.
came together today and made something epic happen today. You know, and it really got me ready for when Scooby comes on the show. So I can't wait for you guys to be here for that. We're going to be really promoting hard for that as well. You know, I believe anybody I share that sees this post is going to share it and all that and help, help it grow and get it ready. Cause I want this to be a huge show, guys. We're going to have somebody from ESPN come on the show. So I might even
That's
do
big.
one better and have Gabe come on and get a chance to talk with him too. I just have you come back on and just appear with me and we just do the show together and talk with Scooby, man. You know,
I'm
we'll
down,
we'll
man.
talk about
I'm
that
down.
and we'll keep you guys posted, man. Because
Yeah.
this was definitely fun. You know what I mean? And like I said, you guys are gonna see more of us, doing some guest hosting on each other's channels and on each
Yeah.
other's well, as
Yeah.
far as our podcast show too. So again, Gabe, I want to thank you, bro, for just taking time out of your day. You know what I mean, and coming on the
Respect, bro.
show, gracing
Respect,
us with
man.
your presence.
Appreciate you.
You know what I mean, and definitely just sharing some of your knowledge, man, that you have. And like I said, I can't wait for more in the future, and I can't wait to come on the show, man. Again, y'all, Gabriel Garcia, owner and runner of the Gridiron Nation
Good
podcast
Iron
show,
Nation
man.
podcast. Yeah.
I
Appreciate
appreciate
you,
the hell
brother.
out
One
you,
love,
bro.
man.
You already know,
Thank you, bro.
brother. I'm gonna
Hey,
hit
I'm
you
gonna get
to the
at you, all
background.
right?
You already, bro. Thank you for being here, man.
Thank you, brother.
Peace out. Y'all are how we get down. Look, a successful episode, man. That was awesome. I want to thank Gabe for the Gridiron Nation fans who popped in and said what's up and showed some love as well, man. Next week it will be me by myself again or whatever, but we got some things to talk about. I will be getting my week 9 USFL recap video done this week, so y'all be ready for that on YouTube. Like I said, we'll be moving over to the Gridiron Podcast channel soon, so get ready for that. I'll, of course, keep you guys updated on that. And be ready in 2 weeks, June 24th. Scooby Magazza will be on the show to do this wonderful interview and just basically everything that me and Gabe did today, man. So, it's going to be hot. I can't wait. Till next week, guys. I love y'all. And you know how it goes, man. Let's end this show with that hot out. You do. Again, this show is sponsored by HelloFresh and all that good stuff. But I love y'all, man. Until next week, man. Peace out.